Hey guys. You are watching your anime world. How are you all? Please support to subscribe this channel for watching new interesting stories. So in this video, we will see what if Deku became the best dad in UA's baby challenge. Here is short summary. A. Decides that raising a fake baby is a good lesson for the future heroes and paired third-year classes A and B with a general studies class. When you get stuck with a deadbeat, Izuku Midoriya comes to save the day in your grade. But before we start, if you want more stuff like this, then be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if possible, share this video with your friends. Now let's start the story. The baby project is the worst thing to have happened at UA. At least for you and the rest of your general studies class that the heroes decided to sacrifice for their favored course. As this punishment, the teacher, Snipe, shakes his head. No, it's not. You sure? Is it because of my last assignment? Your previous assignment was honest and not popular. Snipe didn't like what you had to say about heroes. The only thing you regret is that it was almost 100 slides and you had to hold the class hostage in order to finish it. It was so bad that some of the other teachers had to save them. What were you supposed to do? You worked hard on your presentation and by God, somebody is going to learn from it. It was a solid assignment that you ended up passing, much to your amazement. It's not punishment. You're helping them. They're about to be sent out there and need that last bit of guidance. You scoff at your teacher. Are you even going to be graded for this since it is all for them? Then, a thought enters. This is because of Endeavor, right? The room is filled with tension at your referral. What did they expect? It's the truth. Because of the Todoroki family's fiasco, UA has decided to help prevent that from happening again in its own way, by giving robotic babies. Not to mention it is at your expense. Toots. Your friend, Emma, hisses. You just shrug and mouth. What? Yes. Your eyebrows raise at Snipe's honesty. And why are we sacrificed? We're younger than they are. Let the elderly go first. Just as nature intended. Snipe rubs his face. Why are you so no? You're not being sacrificed. It's a new assignment that everyone's doing. My class is just paired up with them. Why? How are you the only one with questions? There is so much unfairness here. Will you stop? A girl with bright red hair and reptilian eyes frowns at you. What's her name again? Sakura or something? It's happening. There's no use fighting it. You sigh and glare at her and your homeroom teacher. Try to get excited. This is the first time UA is doing this and you get to set the standard. Think of names and schedules. He goes from being behind his podium to sitting on the desk in front of it. And time, and sleep, and food, he interrupts you. This is new technology, too. This little thing feels, looks, and acts like a real baby. It literally grows and responds as time goes on. The boy with shiny silver hair and 4 eyes tilts his head. You think his name is Jewel. That's how you've always referred to him as and was never corrected. How old do we have to raise it to be? Your debate is slowly turning into excitement about the project. A baby to hold and raise. That grows and you'll be the first at UA to do it. You'll have future pro heroes as the other parent. Not just any of them, the golden class. Class A and B, the ones who fought in wars and defeated the greatest evil. That year alone goes down in history. Your peers still stand in awe as they walk past them in the hallways, as do a lot of the school. Depends on your achievements. The better parent you are, the bigger it gets. Hatsume is the one who made them. For all we know, you guys could raise teenagers. He turns his head towards you. And get a taste of your own medicine. I'd be an excellent parent. I'm just not sure about heroes. He points at you. Keep playing. I dare you. His threat earns a couple of chuckles in the class and even a smile that you try to fight. Riko, a girl a few rows away from you, bounces in her seat. Who do we get? C. Be like Riko. He gestures to her but stares dead at you. He has always been the teacher that tries to be personal and familiar and use first names. It's refreshing since you're so used to using first names anyway. Why are you picking with me? You whine. Because you don't listen. You scoff when Emma hums in agreement. Traitor. You grumble. Mr. Snipe. Who are we getting? Riko asks again. You are not surprised to see all of these people be thrilled about it. You raise your hand. What? Snipe taps his foot, already tired and the day just started. Is this going to get in the way of school or is this project not during class hours? I forgot about that. Riko sinks into her seat. Other complaints echo off the walls. Small voices finally decide to ask the right questions. Repeating yours. About finances, hero schedules, are we allowed to go into each other's dorms? Of course, that was by Riko. This is all up to you. Now, they'll be coming here soon. We'll draw names then. What does that mean? How is it up to us? Benio turns to you and says, he means if we raise it right, it won't go off. Depending on how good of a parent you are, kind of thing. You slump in your seat with growing stress. It's going to grow. You're not being graded on how much it cries or something like you did in middle school. No, this is like reality. Because of the hero course, you're going to be somebody's baby mama. I hope I get Deku, Emma says to herself and sports a light blush. She's always been an Izuku Midoriya fan for as long as you've known her, which hasn't been for very long. After the big showdown, he only had embers of whatever the hell the quirk was. Over time, he trained those embers to make them stronger and to be his own. No ghost guidance or whatever and a bad history attached. He was no longer All Might Jr., but Deku. Considered a hero in his own right. Plus, that new suit he got made him a hit among those who liked Batman or other comics. At least that's how you took the explanation. You're probably forgetting something, but if you ask Emma, she'd go on and on. There aren't enough hours in a day for that. I want Todoroki. Riko squeals and bounces up and down in her seat. You can't help yourself. Girl, that's dangerous. Making fun of what he's been through isn't funny. Benio, a normal high schooler who is firm in his convictions, rebukes. You turn to him and look into his gold eyes. I'm not. I'm simply saying that the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Plus, it's also the reason for this assignment, right, Snipe? Your teacher looks up at you. He's trying to make it seem that it is to benefit both courses, but it's just not. Not when this whole thing is caused by Endeavor and Tuya. Clearly, UA is doing this for them, not for general studies. He even said so. There is nothing for you here other than to train the future pros to be better parents so there wouldn't be another league. Yes, it is also a new program that we're trying whether you like it or not. It benefits everyone. Snipe ends short. What about necessities? Food, money, diapers, all of that. Do we buy our own or do you provide? You hate how you have to ask these questions. UA has its own formula, bottles, and diapers. Due to it being mechanical, there's no way normal things would work. Do we pay for them? Snipe nods slowly. Before you can complain again, the door opens and the veteran hero, Eraserhead, enters the room with his students. The future pros stand in line. The majority of them have smiling faces for their juniors. Some are blank. Since the big showdown, they have all grown. Taller, wider, buffer, smarter, all of it. It's insane to think they were little twerps before. Where's Deku? Emma asks as she looks at all of them. Her pure black eyes survey the future pros. He's away right now. He's training with his new suit, so he'll be gone for a bit. But you have me. Kaminari or Calamari, whatever the beep it is, smirks at her. No thanks. You snort at her look of disgust. Lips curled, brows furrowed, and she's leaning back like she saw vomit. Ouch. Hatsume enters the large classroom with a wagon in tow. All of the babies are of different colors and sizes. Some are very petite and others have rolls. They look like your average baby doll. Now class, listen up. We'll draw names and to fit 2 parents together, then you'll get an assigned baby. We'll provide birth certificates and activate the kid. There is a feeling in your gut that this will not go well. You don't mean to put it in the atmosphere at all. Since you're stuck with this dumb thing, you hope you are wrong. Benio with Yaoyorozu. You hear a curse under someone's breath. He gets up and walks to your teacher for his baby. Benio and Yaoyorozu receive a normal-sized baby. Benio quickly supports the head. In Yaoyorozu's hand is the certificate wanting a name for it and their parents' signature. The door opens again and a hero course student from Class B walks in. If you remember right, he's the drill guy. Someone who can turn his body really fast or something. He scratches his head and gives a short wave to the class. Ah, there weren't enough students from the other general studies. All right, you and YN. You get up and go to the front to get your project. May hands it to you, not the future hero, and gives you the paper as well. You support the chubby baby's head. Like your average doll, it has plastic skin and blank open eyes. You go back to your seat and wait for him. He stands there awkwardly. Come with me. Why? There are enough chairs for him, you note as you look around. Benio's desk is empty. Snipe sighs. YN, go with him. Why? This classroom is huge. He can sit down. YN, go. Snipe points to the door. Slowly, you get up and head for the door, glaring at your teacher. You follow the drill guy closely. He opens the Class B room. You sit down and wait for him to follow you. Now that he's next to you, he introduces himself. I'm Sen Kaibara. Your name's YN. He has a small smile on his face. His eyes study you closely. You nod at his question. Let's get down to it. You open the baby's diaper and see that it's a boy. It's a bouncing baby boy. There are faint red spots on his legs. They aren't bumps or anything. Maybe the diaper is too tight. You quickly close it before he pees on you. Okay, what should we name him? You have a few in mind. However, he also has a say in them and he probably won't like them. Everything's fine as long as the little boy has a name you can say and spell. Sen taps his chin and his eyes dart around. He snaps his fingers and asks, how about my name? No, and nothing I can't pronounce, either. He scoffs. You're not giving me a chance. Neither are you. Something that we can both write and pronounce. That's it. In the end, that's what you want. And for him not to be a junior. The two of you decided on Noah, much to his annoyance. Clearly, you don't get along. Not when it's like this. All you asked was a simple thing. Yes, you can say Sen. But it doesn't fit the baby. Yes, he can have a say-so in the name. You only wanted a name you can spell and pronounce that doesn't involve Junior. It's a name that both of you agreed with and is simple. To you, it wasn't difficult or a lot to ask for. To him, he's red in the face as he turns it in. It was a simple disagreement. Why is he frowning so much? Snipe looks it over. Ah, Noah, nice name. Noah begins to get fussy. You look him over to see what's wrong. You gasp at your discovery. His face changed from a baby doll look to one of an actual baby. His face is a mixture of yours and Kaibara's. Honestly, mainly yours. Your eyes and mouth, especially. His plastic skin becomes soft like it's real and his weight now settles in. He looks and feels real. That's normal. Everything changes in time. Unfortunately, things do change. Right as you adjust Noah so you are able to write, he freaks. Everyone's head turns to you. Emma, God bless her, soothes you as you try to do the same to Noah. It's crazy. You've babysat before and aren't bad with kids or babies. Yet with Noah you're all thumbs. Bounce him gently. Do you have a bo-bo? You snap your head. A what? You can barely hear her over Noah's shrill cry. He shakes as he continues to wail. She shifts awkwardly. A binky. A pacifier. It's what we've always called it. I'm really irritated right now so usually I'd stab you or something but that's cute. Emma holds in a laugh. Thank you for your generosity. Mr. Snipe calls your name. I know. He won't calm down. He sighs. The bag we gave you has some supplies in it. The school's formula, a bottle, a set of diapers, pamphlet, all of that. Try different things, he addresses the class. Learn from this everyone. Plus, the items in the bag are samples. You're going to have to do what you can by yourself. You set the diaper bag between your knees and unzip it. Inside are the supplies Snipe mentioned. His screams get louder. Suddenly, another baby follows suit, awoken by Noah. Jewel immediately glares at you. You mutter several apologies and fumble the silver formula packet which is surprisingly in a liquid form. Your fingers shake whether from stress or the bouncing you're doing with your whole body, totally dedicated to the rhythm. You pour the contents in the red and white bottle to shake it. Putting it in his mouth, he refuses to beeple. What? You look at Snipe confused. He taps his foot and crosses his arms. Jewel's baby is quiet now, abruptly stops by your amazement. How? Jewel shows you the bottle. She's hungry. Is Noah not? Let her deal with it. Snipe sighs. Rico frowns. Doesn't it take a village to raise a child? Not for this project, no. She sits up straighter. Don't you think you should be more patient? This was bound to happen. He points to you. Outside so we can continue class. Beeping asshole. Watch it. You struggle to stand up without dropping him or anything else. Emma, bless her once more Lord, comes in and helps you with your things. You make haste to exit the classroom that is growing increasingly annoyed. You try to feed him once again, and when that doesn't work, you set him on the ground to check his diaper. The redness is still there but he is dry. Throwing your hands in the air, you give up and head to Kaibara's class. You don't even bother to knock since literally everyone can hear you coming a mile away. Kaibara, the class looks at you with their hero uniforms on. Can you try? Nothing I'm doing is working. I'm busy. I'll visit later, okay. Try putting on a movie or singing to him or something. I gotta go. He leaves you standing in the middle of his classroom. In the middle of school. Put on a movie in the middle of class. You scoff and move in front of him, preventing him from walking away. Some of his classmates look at the two of you. You notice that not a single one of them have their babies. Their teacher, Dracula or something, pauses his speech and eyes you. Kaibara, handle this as a father would. All right class, let's go. Kaibara, he cuts you off with a short response. Not now. He rushes past you to join and laugh with his friends as Noah continues to cry. Dracula pats your shoulder and apologizes. You decide to rock him rather than bounce. Soon after, he begins to quiet down, making you want to scream in his place. The bottle in your hand beeps. You look at it and see the word, spoiled, on it with Hatsume's face on it with a peace sign. Still rocking him, you set your bag down on the ground to get a better look inside it to see how much you have. No, that was the only formula packet. Sighing, you pick it up and carefully rise up, with your knees cracking every inch. You head to the support course and walk inside. Power Loader is about to scold you for not knocking but stops himself immediately. Is something wrong? I need more formula, please. Hatsume pops up out of nowhere. If you had the energy, you'd punch her for everything she's ever done to you. Let me see, let me see. She moves your arm enough to look at him. Ah, he hasn't grown. Tisk, tisk. You literally just got him. Like, a couple of hours ago. Give me the formula. She sighs and shows you a set of packets and tells you the price. Your jaw drops. You can't be serious. Yep. Hand it over. Regular formula is half the price and she's handing you 6 packets. 1 per bottle, as 1 packet for 1 bottle. Preferably. If you water it down then the baby isn't getting the nutrients. Don't try to skimp on my baby, little baby. The door behind you opens and shuts. Benio comes to your side. She keeps throwing up. Is your formula faulty? Hatsume twitches. No. These are based on real babies and not every baby can have the same formula. She, again out of nowhere, brings out a pink pouch. Specialized. You're about to have a heart attack when she tells him how much his is. It's even more than yours. Fine. I'll take 4 cases. Ah, that's right. His parents make a lot of money, and his stipend is more than yours. Because you are a scholarship kid, your amount is lower. No one has told you by how much, though. Embarrassed, you put up 2 fingers. She hands them to you and is gracious enough to place them in the diaper bag. Your eyes are downcast. Everything'll be okay, Hatsume says. You don't ask what the money is for even though you are curious. While you're here, you speak up to Noah's demonic creator. Ever since you got him, his groin has been red and irritated. You want to smack yourself when you finally piece together that he has a rash. Is there something wrong with the diapers? He's terribly red ever since it was put on him. You hand him over to her and she places him on a clear spot on her desk. Ah, he's allergic. Good thing I have something for special diapers. She puts her hands on her hips. Why didn't you let me finish? Let me buy them, please. You see the box of diapers in her hand. Already your stomach is in knots. Strangely, She looks into your eyes without a smile. No expression on her face. It looks like she's focused on you. Are you okay? You nod and hum. It doesn't feel right to let this bother you. Here's some samples. Let me know if they work, okay? She hands you 3 blue diapers. Unlike the regular ones that have the UA design on them, this one is pure blue with the UA emblem on the top. You don't realize it until you quickly change Noah and see the redness start to fade. Your eyes are watery, not to the point of tears rolling out but close enough that may cared. You clear your throat. I'll let you know. If they work, I'll buy some more. Sitting at your usual lunch table with Emma, Benio, and Rico, you struggle to eat your lunch one-handed. The other is occupied with holding Noah. Luckily, he is peacefully sleeping. You should really get a carrier or a wrap. It'll be much easier. Emma, who got Kirishima, eats her piece of chicken. New voices are loud enough to gain your table's attention. Gotta go. We promised we'd sit together for the sake of our daughter. She gets up and leaves you in awe of her communication skills. I wish that were me. I can't Yaoyorozu to sit still. I don't even want to. Rico says. You forgot who she got, but her forlorn face clearly says it's not Todoroki. Not many of them even carry their kids. Like, Kirishima is the first I've seen. You point to him sitting next to Emma. She didn't get Midoriya like she wanted. Nevertheless, she got one of the better ones out of the bunch. In fact, he's bragging about her. Showing everyone his daughter like a real proud father. Damn it, you mutter. Searching around the cafeteria, you say, I can't even see Kaibara. Maybe we should exchange numbers. I have to tell him that Noah can't have the regular diapers. You don't have his number. You shake your head no. Rico frowns and rocks her carrier. That's, like, the first thing you should do. I know. He ignores me, though. Today I couldn't console Noah. So, I went to him for help and he totally blew me off. He didn't even look at him. Like Benio over here, I cannot get this guy to sit still. Try again. If I can get her to cough it up, you can too. He finishes his plate fast. Benio rhythmically taps his foot. His eyes focus on the table, clearly pissed off. You want to reach out and tell him it'll be okay. That she'll come around and you are in this together. Right now, he's at the stage where he'll snap at anyone and you prefer to live. You guys are so lucky. I got stuck with a creep. That can only be one person. You gasp. That grape dude, he's still alive. You didn't even see him in class. It was probably the Lord doing that. Yep. She pops her pee. She pushes her broccoli around. Rico tenses up and her bottom lip sticks out slightly. All I get are innuendos. I want to meet up. He'll flirt and suggest another child. I don't feel safe at all. She mumbles. Your protective instincts start to flare up. It's not normal for you to feel this way, either. How could he do this? Yes, she's smart and pretty. But that doesn't mean jack crap. Being disgusting towards her is wrong. Where are his morals? She isn't interested. She said no. If you want to have supervised visits, I'll be happy to be there. Make it into a play date sort of thing. It isn't much to offer, but at least it's out there. Her lips wobble as she smiles at you. I would like that, please. Has it gotten that bad already? The project just started. Benio rubs her back. Yeah, already. He keeps blowing up my phone. I got in trouble for it in class, remember? Yeah, English class was a sight when her phone vibrated so much it shook off the desk. The teacher's vein nearly popped due to the interruptions. Let me see. Benio grabs her phone and checks. With every scroll his eyes get wider. The beep. We have to tell the teachers. They'll just say, it's like real life. She mimics their voice. You hold out your hand to reach her. Whatever is on that phone has made Benio even madder. Steam practically comes out of his ears. Yeah, but this is harassment. Something that is punishable. Will you go with me? You and Benio don't need to be told twice. You spot Kaibara with the red-headed big-hand girl. You get up and go to him. I'll be right back. When I get back, we'll go directly to Snipe. You make your way to him. He laughs and snickers with her, neither one having their baby in hand. Yo, Kaibara. He stops and turns to you. I need to talk to you. I'm busy right now. I've worked hard. I'd like to eat. You tap your foot and beat your lips in before you speak. The only thing I see is you jaw-jacking and not a single bit of food got in your mouth. All I'm asking for is a minute. I need to talk to you about our baby. Fake baby. The redhead inhales her food. That reminds me, I have to go find her. I promised I'd watch the baby. Watch. That's your kid. You're not babysitting, you're supposed to be raising. She freezes and you turn to Kaibara. Come on. After that, you broke her. He grabs her hand and leads her to the rest of Class B. At least take my number so we can communicate. Later, he meets up with his friends and Red looks back at me with a guilty look. She lets go of his hand and goes somewhere else. Come on, let's go to Snipe. You guide Rico up from the table. What are you going to him for? Kaibara miraculously is able to hear you, apparently. He pokes his head up above his friend's shoulders to peer at you. He goes behind one of them and asks again. None of your business, you snap. Your thumb rubs Rico's hand in an attempt to comfort her. Come on. Rico gets up and packs her things while Benio throws everything away. Sen calls out to you again, wondering why you're going to Snipe. Later, you yell. He really should have given his number. You stand in the hallway with Benio. Both of your backs are leaning against the wall. You hear Rico's muffled voice as well as Eraserhead and Snipe. The three of you called them together and showed them the messages. Benio didn't see them all and you didn't see a thing, which is probably for the best. Noah is still sleeping soundly in your arms. His chubby cheek is nestled close to your chest. You shift your weight on your feet and look at Benio from the corner of your eye. Do you think they're giving him an excuse? He rolls his eyes. Don't start that shit. Benio snaps. You whip your head towards him. I'm worried about her, you little bitch. No need to get snappy. I'm worried too, skank. PFF'd. You snort. For the first time during lunch period, he cracks a small smile. The door opens and you quickly straighten up. Rico comes out first. Let's go, you guys. You sure? Yeah, we're excused. You nod and walk with her, Benio and the babies in tow. What's going to happen? Will you be okay? I'll be alright. Your arms are becoming numb as you hold Noah. You still don't have a carrier or the money to afford one. Looking around, everyone is more prepared than you or is just overall better. During lunch, a bunch of them rushed out to buy baby things. Smart bastards. Noah is squirming more than ever. He isn't crying yet but he looks uncomfortable. Maybe it's gas. You have to document that on your project's papers. Snipe said to write down all the progress, costs, and at the end there will be a written assignment on all of the notes. It's a weird project and clearly an emotional one. Sen, you go yelling through the hallways of his dorm. Tetsu gets up and goes to you with his baby in his arms. What's wrong? I can help. Where is Kaibara? I don't know. Maybe his room. Is everything okay? You shake your head no. No, nothing's okay. He's avoiding me and the baby. I need to talk to him. Tetsu clenches his fist. Bet. Follow me. He goes through the halls demanding to know where he is. Tetsu barges into Kaibara's room, the door swinging open so hard it now squeaks. He begins to yell, take responsibility. Tetsu, what the hell? Kaibara shoots up and closes his manga. What did you do? Go to Snipe and have Tetsu on my ass. No, he did that on his own. We need to discuss the baby. Noah needs things and there are times when your schedule works better than mine. There's so much we need to talk about. Although a part of you wants to defend yourself for going to Snipe, it isn't fair to Rico. I got this, Tetsu. Kaibara looks into Tetsu's eyes. You better. You and the others are giving us a bad name. He leaves and gives you a nod. You shut the door behind him and hand the baby to Kaibara. Kaibara, meet Noah. Noah, meet your dad. That's not funny, and it is not right to embarrass me like that. He holds Noah awkwardly and gives him a weird look, as if he's disgusted or freaked out. That's what you're worried about. We have a whole child right there. He isn't real, he yells, surprisingly, not waking Noah up. Your anger begins to grow. The costs are real. The necessities are real. The grade is definitely real. Is that what you want? Money. How the beep is that what he caught? Money. No, I want you to help. I can't do everything on my own and worry about school. Let's work on a schedule. Let's get baby supplies. Communication is amazing. Why not do it? He brushes past you roughly, pushing you back a little. Let's go then. The two of you walk to a baby store, passing the many confused and worried expressions. He dips his head into his hoodie. I should have hid my beeping face or something. You roll your eyes. Did it occur to you that they're staring at us because we're two teens with a baby? He scoffs, throwing the door open and doesn't hold it for you. Inside are rows of colorful clothes. Some are hero merchandise and others have cartoons. After the various clothing for all ages are bottles, diapers, binkies, and the like. In the back is the gold mine for children. Lots and lots of toys. What about this? You hold up a dinosaur shirt. He rolls his eyes and shrugs. Can you hold him now? This is the first time today you don't have him and you're still taking care of him while your partner is right there. No, it's your quality time. You put the dinosaur shirt in the cart. Suddenly, Noah screams bloody murder. You turn to Kaibara who's freaking out. What the beep? He just started. Is everything okay? An employee comes up. Kaibara quickly gives him to you and says, I gotta go. At least leave some cash. He turns around and stomps to you. Beeping knew it. Here. He hands you $20. As he slams the door open and shut, he hides his face. You bounce Noah. Is there a bathroom or something? Yeah. Come with me. Leave the cart. In the bathroom, you lower the table. I fed you. You took a nap. I changed you. She looks at his face. Babies can sense things too, you know. You look up at the woman and ask what she meant. Children can tell how a person is inside. She nudges her head to point out the door. And that was clear as the sky today. Thank you for your help. It took 20 minutes for him to calm down and 30 for you. The woman behind the counter is a godsend. She's helped you out more than Kaibara has, and you've only known her for a short amount of time. You called Snipe to let him know where you were, and he yelled at you for being late. Whatever. It's his dumb assignment. You put the supplies on the counter, fearing the cost. You grabbed a very cheap wrap, not yet being able to afford a proper carrier. You have his money, and the rest of yours. She looks at you and looks at what's on the counter. This isn't nearly enough. You got some of the essentials. Everything else is missing. I know. I didn't have time to plan or anything. This was sprung on us today, remember? You wished you had time to at least finance. She tells you the total. What he gave you doesn't cover anything but a few shirts and a bow. You buy everything else with nothing left in your account until payday. As you go home, Noah decides that it's time to rest again. His soft pudgy face is peaceful and his breathing is steady. I'm sorry about today, and that you still don't have a bed. You set him on your bed comfortably. Afterwards, you put everything away in the few drawers you have. You are in awe of how little he is. Chubby but overall small. It's ridiculous how much you spent on a fake baby though, no matter how cute. This entire thing is unorthodox even by UA standards. Students paying for things with their own money is just too much. How did they expect this to happen? Where is the money going to? It's not a complete loss, anyway. Things can be recycled, donated, or sold at the end. You rub your face and look around at the lack of things he has. No bed, dresser, playpen, and the only toys he has are the stuffed animals that were on your bed. And he's too young to be playing with them anyway. Even though he isn't real, he's not, this is still getting to you. It's way too familiar. You smack your cheeks. He's an assignment, a project, a doll. That's right, a doll. To the side is your white laundry basket. You grab it and put a spare pillow in it, just like you would with your baby dolls when you were a child. Alright, let's see if this works. Nope, no it doesn't. You groan and apologize to Noah, who still does not have a bed. That alone bothers you. He looks up at you for a moment then closes his eyes again. He gives a quick smile revealing 2 dimples on his chubby cheeks. You give him a little. You gasp. You only had him for a day and you've become attached. Not to a serious degree but enough to warrant a. Maybe it's because of his likeness to being real. He actually looks like he'd be yours. He feels like a baby. The whole thing is confusing you and you think it's popping your ovaries or something. You suddenly feel heavy. Today has been nothing but draining. If you can get a few minutes in, just a few. You need to do the responsible thing and take your meds if you're going to nap. The bottle is too far. The side of the bed your upper body is leaning on is so comfortable. Eyelids heavy, a yawn, and the day that has been so tiring. You just need a few minutes. There's a knock on the door. You perk up and check on Noah, who is still asleep. You wipe your drool from your face and arm. Your knees crack in pain from sleeping on them. I'm old, so old. Hello, you say as you open the door. Emma bounces and excitedly tells you, Deku's on the phone. Bitch, did you really wake me up for that? It's the audacity. The sheer amount of stupid is astounding. Beeper. Anyway, come on. He's FaceTiming my baby daddy right now. Hold on, let me get Noah. You grab your bag that has a pink dress uniform in it and then snatch his diaper bag off of your chair. Right as you're about to leave your room, your eyes find the long mirror. The dry erase marker is fading and needs to be redone, and you must put more reminders on it, too. Your eyes stay there too long. You can feel yourself about to drift away in the color of a light purple and dark blue, swirling around each other with twinkling stars. The smell of lavender starts to push through the scent of the blown-out candle in your room. A moon is peering out of the colors, soon to move and send you into another dream. Suddenly, Emma yells your name. It comes into your head like an echo, something distant and not seen. You begin to come out of it when Noah starts to cry. You blink and wipe your eyes. Noah immediately stops crying. Thanks, bud. Downstairs, Kirishima holds his phone out and talks. We miss you. When are you coming back? In a few weeks, I think. Maybe a month. I'm not sure, but I'm making tons of progress. I'm starting to feel more secure in my suit. You enter the commons and spot the spiky redhead talking animatedly to the green on the screen. It's a cool suit. I like how it looks a lot like your usual here she is. Her name's YN. YN, meet Izuku Midoriya. Your face then takes up the screen. Round green eyes meet yours. He doesn't say anything at first, he just stares. Finally, he stutters as he introduces himself. Anytime he's brought up, you've been shown this freckled baby face. Now, you're looking at someone who's gaining mature definition. His cheeks are a little slimmer and his scar adds a rugged look. His curls are no longer all over his head but are now neatly trimmed. All in all, he is not bad to look at. He's surprisingly easy on the eyes. Okay. Emma elbows you and tells you to be nice. What? Why am I here? You whisper back. You feel Midoriya's eyes on you as you talk. So you won't be here for a while. Kirishima sounds sad that his friend is still gone. I'll be there soon. You just said. No. I'll be there. He moves his phone in a way that covers the lower half of his face that is growing pink. Why are his eyes so round? He looks scared. Emma chuckles under her breath and smiles at you. You look at the time and jump. Shit, it's been nice talking to you, but I've got to go. Alright, see you. It was nice meeting you. You stop and turn back to look at the green-haired guy on the phone. He scratches his head and gives a close-eyed smile. Kirishima tells him to calm down. Emma shakes her head slightly. The bright shine in her eyes is dimmed as they go to the floor. A small smile appears on her lips. Oh, dear. Deku is something else. You bid them goodbye and run to find him. Noah stays calm as you cradle him gently. Finally, you see him as you push past the doors of his dorm. Kaibara is in the Class B Commons sitting with his phone in his hand and his bare feet propped up on the coffee table. Many of his class stand around and talk or do homework. You take a deep breath before you say anything, like, "You're not helping, you dumbass maggot," or, "Eat the dust that Shigaraki himself made." You want to be civil for now. Kaibara, I need you for tonight. And during the day too, preferably. He straightens up in his seat. Immediately, he frowns. What? In the morning? Is your home room? Stop. I need you to watch him in the evenings after school. Until when? He harshly whispers, looking around at his friends, hoping they don't see or hear this too much. Around 7 or 8. I'll call to let you know. You take off the diaper bag. Here you go. By the way, he wears special diapers that Hatsume makes, so you'll need to go get some more. He's terribly allergic to the regular ones she makes. I can't, he stutters. Right now, he doesn't look too much like a hero, just some punk-ass teen in an Eeyore sweater whose mom just told him to watch his brother for an hour. You hold up your hand. You can, and you will. This is your son, right? Someone you wanted as a junior. You hand him Noah, who is awake. I'll see you later, pumpkin. You give Noah's cheek a poke. Kaibara is silent, completely silent. Benio, what are doing? You ask just as you're about to head out of the UA gates. You didn't expect to run into him this time of day. He's stomping with his kid in his arms. Last you saw her, she was wearing a basic outfit to go out. A purple onesie with a cheesy graphic design and some pants. Now she's in lavish clothing that you know he didn't give her. They look expensive and well put together. It's something an Instagram mom would make her kids wear, nothing like a child would be sporting if they had a normal parent. She's the beeping worst, I swear to God. He can't possibly be talking about his baby. He likes the kid too much, even though he'll deny it. The way he looks at her and can't stop cooing is too telling. He's taken gobs of pictures already and the project just started. That bitch, Yaomomo, or whatever the beep people call her, he growls. A pebble flies away by his kick. You were right, I give up. Your opinions can be controversial, especially in a hero-loving society. So, him admitting that is pretty huge. Although you want to gloat, you can't help but feel bad for him and his descent to anger and hate all caused by a stupid future pro. Chapter text. You wipe the booths for the next customers. Heading back behind the counter, you ask your tables if anyone needs anything. It's the same old thing you've come to love. Children are coloring in their coloring pages and are waiting for their juice boxes while their parents order grilled cheese. The kids write secret messages to you about them getting sweets. An indecisive couple who finally settle on the most basic things then call you back to change it. The restaurant has been up for ages and has regulars that have been the nicest people to you. So many debates on whose cooking is better. You, Yona, who's your boss, or Ken's, the cook. All for the sake of laughs and gentle teasing. They have the faces that tell a story you want to hear and senses of humor that vary more than snowflakes. Plucking the fresh, hot pot of coffee from the machine, you head over to your playful regulars. A group of older men who have taken a liking to you and have acted like grandpas. They are a highly playful bunch who make you smile every day. Here we are, boys. YN looking rather dashing today. Ren puts his head on his hands. He's a man with laugh lines and salt and pepper hair. Ren has been a regular at the restaurant for years who always orders apple pie with cheddar cheese on the side with whipped cream, day or night, breakfast, lunch, or dinner whenever he's around. In the same old uniform that you saw me in yesterday. Seriously. Can't I compliment you? Yeah, when it doesn't come with asking if you can get the meal for free. He sighs. Damn it. Yona calls you to her. Her dyed red hair is easy to spot. She beeps on her lips and eyes you nervously. You quickly rush to her, not liking the look on her aging face. Yeah. She extends her hands to you. Someone left this for you. It was given to Ken when he went out to take out the trash. You gasp and drop the pot of coffee, its glass and hot liquid spreading on the floor. Some of the liquid touches your shoes and the heat makes contact with your feet. Even then you barely register it. The noise gathers the attention of the patrons and Ken, who comes out of the kitchen. Your eyes start to mist when you see Noah without a blanket or his diaper bag. His feet are cold and he's shivering. You sniffle as you pat him. It's after hours and the only ones in here are those who work late and are finishing their meals. When you saw Noah, you immediately freaked out. The customers were quick to see if you were all right, but Yona made you go somewhere else to process everything. Throughout the entire restaurant, Noah's cries were heard. You have been in the kitchen with Ken and even in Yona's office to get the noise away from the customers. Nothing worked until he was warmed up. Just breathe, kid. Ken knows of your assignment. He was gentle like it was real. You know his soft head, his chubby newborn face is now free of stress and his mouth no longer lets out a shrill wail. With a gruff voice Ken calls out from the kitchen. I thought it was real. Look at it. I can't believe this. I just wanted him to help. Classes are over. He isn't doing anything. How could he be this way? Noah coos and tries to feed and starts to give out whimpers every time he fails. Yona gives you the bottle that was left with Ken. The packaging threw me off, but I figured it out. You go to feed Noah. He's been terrible at taking it since the project started. Finally, after some coaxing, he latches on. He's doing it. He's only been fed like 5 or 6 times by you. You just hope Kaibara managed to get something in. Thank you. You sniffle. Other than this, why are you crying? Noah's fine. She tickles his feet. He jolts his leg from the sensation, not once removing the nipple from his mouth as he hungrily beeps on the milk. UA doesn't allow students to work unless they're in the hero course. I get a stipend, but that's less than others since I'm on a scholarship. It's weird but true. So, I took this job to help me out. I had to ask him to help me get things so I wouldn't borrow from my friends. Yona wipes your nose. She's always been motherly to you, sometimes overwhelmingly so. Now he knows. He's the one who had to pay for some of his things and was mad about it. You look up at the older woman who is listening intently. Yona, what if he doesn't understand my situation? You didn't come from diamonds and gold. You don't have the funds to go to this fancy school or have parental help. Plus, UA just now started the stipend thing and you have a cut. This project is terribly expensive, and the stipend can't cover it at all. It barely takes care of you. You make sure to place him directly on your chest to be as comforting as possible. The position mimics feeding, which is a little awkward for you but worth it since he calms down after. The hero course gets paid from their internships and stuff. He has more than me, so I didn't think he'd mind. Plus, we're partners in this. You remove the bottle from the little baby's mouth. It wasn't crazy stuff either. Just diapers from Mei Hatsume. The inventor, right? Yeah, her. It was a pacifier and clothes, stuff like that. The only reason he went to the store with me is because Tetsu embarrassed him or something. Real steal. You nod. Kaibara gave me like $20 maybe. I'm happy he did something, but it didn't really help. I took most of the bill and I still couldn't get all the things Noah needs. Toss me a towel, please. You place it on your shoulder and hope for the best. Noah burps and throws up a little. This is the first time Noah has burped perfectly with you. Usually, you have the hardest time doing it. As you try to hold him better, his weight gets heavier. Your eyebrows raise. Already. What's happening, baby? You quickly cradle him for them to see. He's growing. He was a newborn, now look. You unbutton his onesie so he can have room to grow. His belly tells his age. 4 months. What did you or Kaibara do to get to 4 months already? Noah's face no longer looks like an old man but an actual baby, where his features begin to be more identifiable. Good job, Pepper. Ken comes out of the kitchen and puts out his cigarette, not wanting it to be around Noah and hinder your progress. You breathily laugh, smiling down at Noah. He looks more aware now and he still favors you in the looks department. He needs some more. Say no more. I still have my girl's baby clothes. A few onesies, shirts and pants, maybe. I'll check, but I know I have some. Maybe my boys, too. Ken rubs your head with his meaty hand. As strange as he is, a grumpy middle-aged guy who needs a haircut and to stop hitting the gym so much, he's sweet. Rough around the edges but the sweetest man you've ever had the pleasure knowing. Yona s Noah's chubby feet. He wiggles his toes. And I still have my kid's bassinet. It's old school but sturdy. You thank them both, then pause. What happens at 4 months? You look to the adults who have kids of their own. Hell if I know. I was in jail. Ken, not now. He should be. Then Noah screams. You look him over, not finding anything. You then undo his diaper to see if he's wet and see a horrible rash. What? On him was a regular pamper. Kaibara put a regular UA diaper on him and didn't even do it right. No, crap. Did he give you the diaper bag? Just the baby and a bottle, Pepper. And the bottle was empty. I don't know why he was carrying it like that. I was locked up and I know bet. Ken, please. No prison stories. You take it off of him before it gets worse. You don't know why he decided to do this. You told him not to, right? It wasn't like you chose it. Noah just happened to have needed them. Just like Emma's baby can't be around anything that's not cotton or the baby will get a rash. Or Benio's daughter throwing up the school's formula and having to go to get a special formula from them that cost more. The babies are extremely diverse, just like real ones. Alright. Yona takes Noah to the kitchen and bounces him as she goes. Ken rubs your back again. Do you want me to talk to him? Maybe. No, I have to. You rub your forehead. I don't know what to do though. He hates me for some reason. It all started when I said no to the name Sen. You groan. And he knows that I work. What if he uses it as blackmail? I won't be able to afford anything. This is based on real life, right? You nod. If he does anything, get him for child support. He's taking your income thus away from the child. Your stipend can't cover you both and he's an absent parent. Let the school handle him. You take in his words. The stipend can barely help you. No way would it be able to handle a growing baby. That's too serious. This isn't that bad, right? Ken sighs and sits next to you. Yeah, it's an assignment. Just a project that'll end sometime soon. But he isn't helping. Rather than watch him for a couple of hours, he hands him over in a back alley to a strange man. He gestures to himself. Well, not strange, he corrects. Little one, I swear to God, you laugh and wipe your eyes. Talking to these two have helped dry up some of your tears. Listen, if he doesn't start properly helping you, if he snitches and it affects Noah, then yeah. It's not permanent or anything. Just until the project ends and who knows. Maybe UA will let you work because without it, it'll take away from Noah. I don't think it's a thing here, though. Not in this country, really. That doesn't mean it isn't a thing at that fancy school of yours. Force them. It's either that, or they let you work since they're being cheap towards you. You catch a ride from Yona as Ken closes up. You have to hurry back before curfew. Before she speeds to your school, she takes a detour to her modest home. With so little time left, you can only grab a few things with Yona promising you more tomorrow. You want to her when you see all of the items she's giving you. They're old but completely welcomed. Back in the car with Noah in your arms grabbing your finger, Yona breaks the silence. Take Ken's advice. If the butthead holds this against you when you talk to him, you have to do something. This isn't just affecting you. His pettiness is going to hurt Noah, too. You talk like he's real. You whisper as you pass the streetlights that just came on. It means curfew is about to start. Luckily, you were quick to change into your UA uniform. Hopefully, you walking in like normal will work. Noah would fool even All Might. All that thing is missing is a legitimate soul, and that's it. His heart beats, honeycomb. She watches how you interact with him. Even if you don't realize it, you are treating him as if he's real. Yona. That's too serious. Like, that's grown-up stuff. I don't think this situation calls for it. It's something to consider. You scratch your cheek. I don't know, that's awfully dramatic. He's just a grade. Yona scoffs and rolls her eyes. It's not just about financial provision. It's about co-parenting, which he isn't doing, and what UA is trying to teach him to do. She sighs and looks at you, then back at the road. Look, if you won't do that, then go to your teachers. It's not snitching when it affects your grade like this. He'll tell. Yona's silent. She hears how desperate and sad you sound. Even if he does, it's not like you're doing the worst thing in the world. Talk to him. Tell him if he doesn't shape up, then you'll go to the teachers. If they give you flack, give it right back. Yona pulls up to the dorms. Alrighty, we're here. Your hands start to tremble. You're not scared of Kaibara. It is the possibilities that get you. Breathe, honey, he's just being an ass. Besides, he may not do anything. He could be perfectly reasonable if he asks. My scholarship could end, Yona. The school doesn't allow anyone to work except for the hero courses. The scholarship would end. Would you lose them too? Argue it. It's what you do best. You may not like heroes or can fight like them, but in a war of words and law you'd beat all of them with your mouth taped shut. Defend yourself in your territory. You take a deep breath. I will. She grabs your arm. He gave a child to some random man in an alley. What if Noah was real? Yona loads the bags into your arms and places Noah in the wheeled bassinet. It is old, white-laced and not the cleanest. The wheels are large and the fabric that drapes the bottom half is surprisingly soft. Although it is not disinfected right now, it'll have to do until you can get inside and clean everything. You give Yona on the cheek, thanking her for everything. You act like helping you is a chore. It's okay, the sweetest honeycomb. For some reason, that hits you in the gut. When Yona leaves, you repeatedly kick the door so someone can open it. A kid from the other general studies class opens the door. They must be visiting because the other class lives on the other side of the building. You enter your room and head to the bathroom for a bath. After today, it is definitely needed. That and Yona's gifts need to be scrubbed too. They've been boxed away and preserved in an attic. You give Noah his sponge bath first. It was easy enough. He only screamed bloody murder the entire time, other than that it was cake. You dry him off and set him on pillows so he could be propped up while you bathe. The curtain is open so you can keep your eye on him. I'm coming, sweetheart. Just 1 minute, please. Shit. Shampoo got directly into your eye. Noah cries louder, showing all of his gums, and his little fists are clenched to his chest. You hurriedly try to rinse your eyes and grab Noah. You beep at this. So much. You begin to get cold, but you push that all aside in order to get him to be quiet. His wailing is loud in your ears. Finally, you decide to wash with him even though he's already bathed. His head lays on your chest, resulting in the tears to be sniffles. You just wanted some lovin', huh? That's okay, bub. It's not at all. Who is to say he won't understand you and start all over again? After the much-needed shower, Emma comes in to see you in your robe and drying Noah off. Do you have what's that? She lifts his leg, the red and rough rash is visible even on his outer upper thigh. Before you blame me, it was Kaibara. He put one on him. You gently massage his skin and make a mental note to go to Hatsume about it. You shrug your shoulders. I don't know why he put the regular ones on him. Did you tell him? Yeah, I did. Or I think so. I don't know. I'm exhausted. She puts her hand on her hip. If Eijiro was ever that lazy, I'd smack him. I think it weirds him out. All of it, you know. She sits on your bed next to Noah. That's stupid. He deals with blood and gore every day, yet he can't handle changing a baby in the right diapers. Ridiculous and lazy. Feeling the heat of anger rise up, you tell her, plus, he kept the diaper bag. So I'll have to use a backpack. He kept it. Did he at least give you some of the things in there? Nope. You're not going to tell her the full thing lest your secret be found. She scoffs and throws her hands in the air. It's nice to vent. Stupid, lazy, and petty. Amen. Speaking of prayers, did they handle that grape thing yet? How's Riko anyway? I haven't seen her. Emma licks her lips. Not good. The messages that Benio read were just the tip of the iceberg apparently. He sent dick pics, way more than innuendos, borderline if not outright, threats. It's just a mess. I only saw a few of them, but I totally see why she felt threatened. You pause, taking in the information of what your friend went through. You serious? A future hero? She hums and nods. Yep. Word is that he'll be expelled since everything has just accumulated to this. It's like this is the final straw type of thing. Should have gotten rid of him sooner. You nibble on Noah's chubby feet, making him giggle. It's way better than him wailing. Definitely. Anyway, Snipe said there weren't any more people so she could take a test or raise the baby herself. She chose to quit and take a test. Said the project was ruined for her. If that is the best decision for her health, I say let it be. How bad was it? Benio was pissed when he read them and that didn't cover much. So, what exactly did the grape thing do? How bad were these threats? Your heart aches for Riko and what she's going through. It isn't fair. It's a good thing you and Benio pushed it. This needed to be brought out. If he becomes a pro-hero, the people he saves will be in jeopardy. She messes with the edge of her nighttime shorts. Absolutely. He's a bona fide predator. Yes, he fought in the wars. Yes, he helped save the world, you count on your fingers. That doesn't give an excuse for assault or harassment. She fiddles with your quilt blanket. I feel bad, Peaches. Why? Noah flexes his fingers in awe. You wonder if his 4-month phase is already ending and he's growing again. The growing process seems to be random. Because I should have realized sooner. She was being paired with him. It was bound to happen. He's the biggest pervert in the school. I should have gone with you guys and supported her. You were raising your kid at a different table. No one blames you. We just happened to be there. This isn't on us, it's on that thing. Quote. I know. But her face when I saw her is gonna stick with me. I want to do something, but what? She licks her lips again and shakes her head. The subject changes as she focuses on his features. He looks like you. Even his hair, see. You chuckle and nod in agreement. Yeah, I think that bothers him too. So beeping lame. Amen. Again. Wait. He's bigger. He grew. Oh. I'm so proud of you. She's your head. You raise your brow at her affection. It says he's 4 months, but I think he's growing again. You massage his face. Maybe May is speeding up the growth. Her eyes roam around your room and stop at your little basket of his things. Oh Lord, what did you need? She hums. I wanted to see if you had any diapers to spare. Ajaru heard about it and wants to try. Ajaru, he lets you call him by his first name. She nods. Yeah, we share a baby, so there's no reason to call each other formally. Besides, we get along really well. It's not Emma's fault at all. Not the smallest bit, but it stings when it shouldn't. It is the partnership they have and you can't get it despite your efforts. You practically see the gold medal on her neck right now that shows she isn't failing. Could a start of a positive partnership be as simple as using his first name? The next time you see him, you'll give it a try. Ooh, I'm telling Deku. You finish all the steps of the diaper and put a simple shirt on him, opting out pants. You get up and go through your stash of them and hand some to her. I think I've moved on, actually. You gasp loudly, holding your hand to your chest. The biggest Deku groupie left the club. Oh, shut up. I let go. There are things he's happier with and I realized I'm happy too. There's no reason to chase something when going in a different direction. She has a slight blush on her face, yet if you look closer, has a forlorn look. That blushy face is a dead giveaway for something else, though. Wait, Ewan. Don't say it. Emma and Ajaru sitting in a tree, KISSI, she flings a pillow in your face, making Noah giggle. His dimpled face makes you smile wider. He's got to be more than 4 months old now. How? You don't know what you're doing right. So, you're happy about it. That and knowing she likes Kirishima, the ideal baby daddy. I'm just fond of him, okay. It's early, so it might, I don't know, be the project. You nod, not bothering to hide your smile. Seeing them in the cafeteria was so sweet and domestic. It was something you could see for Emma. Something sweet, gentle, and kind. It's what you hope for her. Maybe Kirishima is the one who can provide that. They get along so well already and work together flawlessly. You become downcast as you think of all of the positives for her and Kirishima. Their teamwork. You take a deep breath and stretch. After, you look around and slump your shoulders. Shit, he has the bag. Can I borrow some formula? All I had was in that bag. You look at Emma's naturally glittery face. The glitter is used for freckles rather than the actual prints. You've asked her if it had to do with her quirk and surprisingly enough, it's just hereditary and not quirk related. I'll pay you back, I swear. You put as much sincerity in your voice as you can. The dorms are locked so you can't get to Kaibara and Noah's going to have to feed soon. Emma's luminescent eyes look you over. She purses her lips then breaks into a playful smile. I'll accept it as a trade for the diaper. You don't know how this is working, and you know in real life, there wouldn't be this much support. Growing up you didn't see half of this. Yet in such a short amount of time, the people around you made you feel safe and supported. You pray that one day you can pay them back. This whole thing is just an assignment. Nevertheless, this shows you the rare kindness of mankind. What a nice day this is. A few days later, you struggle to catch Kaibara. He's actively avoiding you. Whenever you see him, he has the diaper bag and side-eyes you. It's nerve-wracking and it's pissing you off. There are things in there that you desperately need. You've managed to get some of the formula on your own. Noah is still at an awkward stage that his timer is set at 4 months, but his development says different. You have to go to Hatsume to check on him. In the morning, you put him in the wrap. You pack some of his things in an old, raggedy backpack as a makeshift diaper bag. The actual baby bag is a lot better with more room, compartments, and it's absolutely sturdier. You take your notebook and write down the things he needs, and on another page, a schedule that fits you. It's a rough draft, but with his schedule, the two of you should be able to compromise and come up with a plan. You've written down your number and where to find your room as well. The page even includes your friend's numbers if he can't get a hold of you. You pray that he can do the same and that there is an agreement on the plan. All right, baby boy, let's roll. You see Emma and her baby girl, Hannah. You poke her pink cheek. Hey, little one. Don't even. Emma turns and walks. What did I do? It's not you, it's her. She's been so beeping ornery. All night she was screaming. I'm surprised you didn't hear it. You really didn't. You and Noah slept soundly. I didn't hear anything. Lucky. It's my night to keep her and this happens. She's a newborn, right? It's bound to happen. Emma shakes her head. Nope. She's 8 months old. 8 months. You suddenly feel insecure of Noah, or at least your parenting. He must be in the process of growing since he's doing more than a 4-month-old should, yet he's still behind. Emma's a natural at this, though. She's doing something better. That gold medal is shining in your eyes brighter than before. You shouldn't feel this way. Emma wouldn't rub anything in your face. Yep, Ajaru and I make a great team. I can't wait to tell him. And show the set of lungs his daughter has. She looks at you evilly. Exiting the General Studies Commons, Emma looks around for Benio but doesn't see him. He could already be inside fuming like usual. The ponytail girl has been ticking him off. I still don't understand. She's a sweet person. What's going wrong? Emma asks. If you haven't noticed, it's the General Studies students that are getting stuck solely raising the babies. I'm not. You kick a pebble that was in the way on the sidewalk. No, but you've got a good one. The rest of us are struggling. She's Hannah's head. Do you want me to tell A? I'm sure he can talk some sense into Kaibara. You'd love that. No, if he's anything like Tetsu, it won't get through to him. Tetsu's already tried. Seriously, you hold the door open for her. Yep, I went to Kaibara's dorm, and when Tetsu found out he isn't helping, he yelled at him. Emma puts her hand on her hips. I can't believe this. You should go to a teacher. This is a partnered assignment. I'll give him some more time, but if this continues, I'll go. It has been a little over a week already. You're insecure of your plan. Yona and Ken advised it. Even though it makes sense, it feels so drastic and serious to go that far. Plus, going to the teachers feels like snitching. You're ticked that he's not helping and scared that he'll tell on you. It's like he's got all of the cards. You wave Emma goodbye when you spot Kaibara. Oh, Kaibara. You wave your hand at him. He taps his foot and has a gleam in his eyes that doesn't seem friendly. How's the formula? You have it in the bag. It's okay. Okay. Yep. The two of you talk at the side of the hallway. I mean, is it running low? Because I also need some for when I take care of him. He chuckles. How long have you been working? Your heart stops. Kaibara. No, because I gave you enough. It was 20. He glares at you. Still, I gave you money when you didn't need it. You stole. You can feel people watching as they go by. The tension between the two of you is getting higher. I didn't steal. This project involves the both of us. You act like I make a ton when I don't. I work only for a few hours a week. He slowly gets closer to you. He roughly hands you the diaper bag. You make enough. Don't ask Fo what is he wearing. Noah wears a pink shirt with purple designs on it paired with gray leggings. He has thick white socks on his feet. Clothes. The shirt is from Yona and the gray leggings from Ken. The outfit looks very cute on him. Simple and easy. Get that off of him. His tone is steel and sharp. It makes you tense up for a second. You raise a brow, genuinely confused. What? This is embarrassing. With the money you make you can't put him in some good clothes. You look down at Noah whose clothes are fine. What are you talking about? You did this on purpose. He curses at you under his breath. A general studies student walks past, then stops and stares. They make eye contact with you. Their purple eyes wondering, asking if you need help. The student takes off down the hallway. You then remember that Emma uses Kirishima's first name to build a better bond. It's only clothes, Sen. He curses again and roughly handles Noah, trying to take his shirt off. Noah begins to cry. You tell him to stop and get Noah away from him. Kaibara grabs your wrist painfully, making you yelp. You try to tug it free and protect Noah from having his clothes removed at the same time. Just then, a scarred hand intervenes and grabs Kaibara's wrist. Your partner looks shocked and then up at the owner. He's, a lot bigger than you thought he'd be. And his voice definitely sounds different in person. The man himself, Izuku Midoriya, aka Deku. His hands are large and his fingers slightly crooked. The scars and calluses tell stories of war and determination. His eyes are bright, like they're happy, but his actions say different. Izuku says hello to his old friend while holding Kaibara's wrist tightly. You take this pause to grab Noah properly and readjust his clothing. This is all so beeping stupid. It's like getting your group to help you do an assignment but they're all beeping around. Beep this, you're putting your name on the paper and explaining to the teachers what happened. I'm sick of being nice to your dumb ass. You tell Kaibara, who for the first time doesn't look smug or annoyed. He looks scared. In a gentle yet firm voice, Izuku Midoriya says, "Come on, let's go." His hand is placed on your waist to guide you away from Kaibara. He takes you away from his year hallway and towards the stairs. I hope that was all right. He rubs his hands together. Yeah, it's all right. You expect him to walk away from you now that you've reached the stairs to go down to yours. Instead, he stays with you. Thanks, by the way. I didn't think he'd act like that. It's not a problem. He was out of line. He smiles down at you and Noah. Is that the first time he's done that? His hero voice is on. You mean being rough? Yeah, blowing me and this whole project off. No, you shrug and try to act unbothered. But your wrist hurts and Noah is squirming. I accept it now and what I have to do. What do you mean? The two of you begin to walk down. I'm going to the teachers about it. The assignments just started and this is happening. You are down the stairs and into your hallway. Only a few students are left, scrambling to find their class and handle their babies at the same time. Izuku's eyes take everything in. You hope that he's piecing everything together. That your class are the ones doing anything. I'll go with you. You stop. You don't have to, Izuku. He was about to speak until you said his name. He gets all red and covers his face and sputters. Was it okay to call you by your first name? Why yes. And just like that, this guy resorted to being a red sweaty thing that's lightly tugging on his thick curls. Well, it is a little warm in the building. The bell rings for everyone to be in class. You curse under your breath when Noah begins to fuss. Hold this. You shove the bag into Izuku's hands. What do you need? I can help. He feels dry and he ate. Give me a bow. Izuku eagerly looks into the bag. He stops. A what? Ah, right, a pacifier. Oh, okay, that's cute. By the way, I'll tell Emma about the compliment. He stares into your eyes. You gesture to the bag. Right, what compartment is it in? The front flap. He digs into the yellow one. No, the blue. That's where I put it. He searches for it and frowns. Are you sure? There's nothing here or the yellow one. Try the main one, the big zipper. Dread is filling deep in your belly. In those flaps were his pacifier, rattle, things to that nature. Now that you look at it, it's a little flat. I can't find it. Noah cries louder by the second. Keep looking. Izuku's hand is inside the bag. You hear rustling of some things. It's not in here. Are you kidding? Keep looking. You rock Noah, who is increasingly getting louder. You don't mean to yell at Izuku. He didn't do anything wrong. He has been more helpful and less violent than Kaibara has been. He puts his hand on your shoulder. Breathe, just breathe. You follow his calm directions. Here, give him to me. You trade the baby for the bag. He coos at the assignment and rocks him. The little brat starts to calm down. Izuku talks softly to Noah, asking how his day has been. and that he has to be good for mommy, all of the sweet things you'd expect. Where is it? Where? It really isn't here. You beep in your lips. All that's in there are some clothes, diapers, and formula in a Ziploc sandwich bag for some reason. And there isn't even enough for one bottle. Snipe slides the door open. I thought I heard you. Oh, Midoriya. Long time no see. Izuku goes on about Snipe's latest takedown. According to him, it was excellent. Well, I'm glad to see you back. I thought you had a while to go. I finished early. Go beyond, plus ultra. He nervously chuckles. Snipe stares at him for a second. Plus ultra, Midoriya. He then turns to you. What is Midoriya doing with Noah? What a dramatic tone difference. Snipe, I'd like to talk to you and Dracula after class. Snipe scoffs. Do you mean Vlad King? King Vladimir. Isn't that Dracula? Snipe rubs his face under his mask. Whatever. After class, you meet up with the two teachers, Snipe and Dracula, who is now known as Vlad King. As if they aren't the same name. You asked Midoriya if he could watch Noah for a minute, which he gladly accepted, then reminded you to call if you needed him. Unlike Kaibara, he immediately gave you his number. Red-faced and all, he looked like he was having a heart attack while doing it. Snipe, Dracula, Vlad King. The man in red grumbles. Whatever. I know this is based on real life, but Kaibara did something that bothers me. Snipe sighs and sits on the edge of his desk. This is up for the two of you to figure out. He got physical with me and Noah. If you don't believe me, Midoriya is right outside. He saw everything. Both of the teachers freeze. Dracula clenches his fists. What happened? Has he done this before? Snipe sits up, no longer slouching. This is the first time he's done this. But not the first time he's neglected the assignment. At every damn turn he's blowing me off and complaining. He's not helping me at all. Start from the top and down to when he was aggressive. Dracula's eyes become serious. Not angry at you, though. Thank God. You tell them everything, leaving out your job. Ken and Yona are brought up, only called friends, and how they've helped you. No one is excluded from their rightful praise. Your friends here, the sales lady, even Midoriya, who helped you and is doing so right now by handling Noah. Vlad cracks his knuckle. I'll deal with him. Vlad. No. This is unacceptable. I know it's up to them to figure out, but what happened can't be ignored or tolerated. His leg is bouncing and fists are clenched impossibly hard. His fangs seem sharper than normal and eyes are blazing. As a hero, we cannot allow that behavior to continue. A hero from my class? No, absolutely not. I know. No. He fails. Khan, please. I'm just as upset as you are, but we are forgetting to check the facts. Snipe gestures towards you to calm you down, already noticing how your nostrils flared. What I'm saying is that we must investigate the situation. If we go in guns blazing, it can cause more harm than good. You understand that, but it doesn't seem like enough. I want him to help me and to apologize. I've been doing everything while he just jacks around. I understand. YN. This will be handled. Vlad stands up and Snipe grabs his wrist. Let's talk to Midoriya. He's the only witness. No, some other guy ran to get Midoriya. He's got purple eyes, and since he was taking care of a robo baby, I can guess that he's from general studies because I know heroes aren't doing anything. Snipe scolds you. I'm serious, Snipe. I've only seen two heroes with babies and they were Kirishima and Tetsutsu. That's it. Vlad snatches his wrist back and opens the door, startling Izuku, who was cooing at Noah and ing his plump cheek. After we talk to Kaibara, you will be called, understand? Unlike how he was just seconds before, Izuku gets serious and firmly nods. His round green eyes don't have the cheeriness they had just moments before. Do you want me to bring him here? No, I'll be the one to do it. Vlad disappears as he goes down the hallway, no doubt looking for his student. Snipe calls your name, gaining your attention. You need to be here for this. I want you to tell your side of the story for the record, then we'll bring Midoriya in. Mr. Snipe, what if Kaibara gets mad at me? He jerks and straightens up. We'll handle him. You are safe, don't worry. You put your hands on your hips. This happened right under your noses. Who knows how long he's been like T. YN, it will be handled. We need to investigate and write a report, but trust me, he leans in. You are safe and it will be handled. What about Noah? Are you gonna make sure he helps with Noah? Snipe gives a breathy chuckle and starts to slouch a little. He takes his shawl off and places it on his desk. Finally, he is back to being your teacher and not his hero persona. It's amazing how fast these people can switch depending on the atmosphere. We'll talk to him. Honestly, I wish you would have told me sooner that he wasn't helping. You let out a loud, "Ha." I'm serious. Shaking your head you humorlessly chuckle. No, you were the same guy who kicked me out of class because of a project that you were making us do. Started crying. No way you would have my back if it weren't for Dracula looking at you. He flinches like he's been struck. The door opens again and reveals Dracula, some teachers, and Nezu. Dracula speaks first. Kaibara will be here shortly. He is cleaning up from his internship. Nezu pops out of Aizawa's scarf and waves at you. Please sit down and relax, LN. Just tell us what happened. The two hero course homeroom teachers, Snipe, the principal and a few others, all sit down. You look around and then at your surroundings. Shouldn't we be doing this in your office, Mr. Nezu? And not my homeroom. This is quicker. You sigh and then begin. Today, Kaibara roughly grabbed me and Noah. The assignment, correct, Noah Kaibara, yes. Anyway, I went up to him and asked for the diaper bag. The door opens again, allowing Kaibara to come in. He loses his smile when he sees you. Again, a hero changes his demeanor at a drop of a hat. As quickly as he looked at you in disdain, he erased that in less than a second with a nonchalant smile to his superiors. His beady eyes find yours and make you squirm. You aren't physically afraid of him. It's what he has on you that makes you flinch. He stands side by side with you at a distance. Kaibara turns to you and asks, "Where's the baby?" PFF'd, like he cares. Noah's with Izuku. You side-eye him. Nezu clears his throat and says, "Kaibara, LN says you hurt her and almost jeopardized your project. Is this true?" Kaibara sighs and rubs the back of his neck. He shrugs his shoulders. Unfortunately, I do know what she's talking about, but she is blowing it out of proportion. Aizawa's gruff voice interrupts him before he can continue. But you did grab her. Yes I did. You spot Dracula's vein swelling. And why? You raise your hand. Before you all continue to talk to him, I want to tell it, you shift your weight on your feet. I put clothes on Noah that Kaibara didn't like, so he roughly handled Noah. Noah's well-being is our. You shoot Kaibara a glare he couldn't miss. Grade, so I tried to protect him, but Kaibara turned his aggression on me. He grabbed my wrist, which still hurts by the way, and you pause. Should you do this? Is it time? You then remember how he hurt you and Noah. Noah's cries and him reaching out to you, your fear not just for Noah, but for yourself. Your head is held high now as you let everyone know what Kaibara has done or not done. Noah is wearing hand-me-downs that some friends of mine gave me because I can't afford newer clothes. There isn't anything wrong with what he's wearing. A pink shirt and gray leggings. That's it. That's what he had a problem with. That his son is wearing pink. Kaibara. The student begins to get flushed and shrink back at the scolding of the pro-heroes in front of him. Not only that, but he has not helped at all. When this project first started, we went to a baby store next to that old vendor guy, and Kaibara gave me $20 then split because he didn't want to help soothe Noah. He ran because his son started crying. Smintos nods. Well, nerves are normal for parents. You refrain from a snarky remark. I know this. But that was the first and only time he's held Noah, and he still didn't help. You should tell them that he abandoned Noah with Ken. However, that'd give him the opening he needs. And by the look on his face that's slowly turning red, not from embarrassment, but from anger, he'd snitch out of spite. You should tell them that he did care for him for a few hours. You can't, though. He's got one over you. This morning, he scared and hurt me and Noah. Your star witness out there has held him longer than Kaibara has. My partner as well as the rest of the hero course's behavior has sunk to this. And it's happening right under your nose. Let that sink in. The room is silent, giving you another chance to talk. Your favorite students aren't helping. Make them. Nezu twiddles his thumbs and looks at you from Aizawa's scarf or rope thing. We'll handle this. You're dismissed. You exit the room, not even looking at Kaibara. His eyes were bulging out of their sockets and he was steaming. When you close the door, the air finally returns to you. Izuku still holds Noah in the hallway. He rocks him and adorably so. He notices you standing there with a smile on your face. Are you okay? His voice is gentle and warm, filled with worry and compassion. It reminds you of the sweetness of Yona and Ken. I'm fine. All right, it's your turn. You point your thumb towards the door. Right before you can get Noah from his arms, he still holds him as he rubs your shoulder and enters the room. You took my baby. To yourself, you whisper, he took my baby. You look around the hallway to see if it's clear. When you see that it is, you finally cover your eyes and let a small tear fall. Is it because of Noah and the weight? What Kaibara did and the power he has? Maybe it's because you had to be saved by Deku, a hero. Or is it because you failed at doing something so basic, getting along with someone? Noah's not real, he isn't. But it hurts that he is rejected. Why? He's a doll, one that breathes, has a heartbeat, and your face. Are these tears from exhaustion? Why are you crying silently in the hallway? This is just a grade. That has to be it. You're afraid you'll fail and lose your scholarship, and all of your hard work will go down the drain. You're afraid of being found out, that's all. Not because you can't get help from the person who was supposed to help you. Not because you feel like you are behind and everyone else is passing you. Not that your wrist still hurts. That reminds you, you have to go to Recovery Girl for it. And since she's not too far from Hatsume, you'll swing by and pick up some things. Kaibara is in there. Would he get it or has this damaged everything? You take a deep breath. When Izuku comes out, you'll grab Noah and go to where you need to be. You hear the door open and a curious voice calls to you. You can hear Noah's cute babbling behind you, too. What to say? What do you say about why you look like you've been crying? You will do what you know. You turn around and see Izuku hold a happy Noah. Are you crying? What's wrong? Is it your wrist? Izuku comes towards you. You roll your eyes and say, no, I have allergies. Izuku looks behind you and doesn't see a window open. Chapter text. You jolt awake by a baby's scream. You gasp and look around for the source of the vicious noise in the dark. You pat around for your phone, totally believing it's some demonic alarm clock. A sniffle in the dark knocks that theory out. Immediately, you take your eye mask off and go to his bassinet. What's wrong, little Ma? He's bigger and busting out of his onesie. You unbuckle it and take it off as carefully as you can. It's okay, it's okay. He has red marks on his legs and arms from the tightness of the clothing. You rub them in an attempt to soothe him, then fit him into a new diaper. It's good luck that you accidentally got the wrong size that one time. Poor baby. You his head, talking low and calmly. I know, it's rough growing up. It's even tougher when you don't understand it. He starts to calm down and is able to no longer have his head totally supported. It raises a little then settles back down as he is close to your chest. Are you okay, now? You only got a diaper on. You say in a light tone, making him huff. You pepper him with S and set him back down. Since he's bigger, you check him and see that it still says 4 months. You ate your Wheaties or something. Something isn't right. He's bigger than the average 4-month-old yet shows nothing in his age. He can even hold his head up completely. You his forehead and see him look up at him with what you could swear is love. His face is still chubby and his eyes still sparkle. If it weren't for the school insisting on it, you'd swear there is a soul behind those eyes. You go to your desk and flip the flower lamp on. Underneath it is the paper part of the project. It asks questions of each month, the costs, and experiences. How far did the age jump and when? That part's redundant since Hatsume is tracking the exact time and ages. Then again, this entire project is dumb, so why wouldn't there be dumb questions? I better write all of this down. So, you do. You finally start to do that part of the assignment. Write your experience on the paper and his milestones. It's early in the morning now and Noah is quick to rest again, funnily enough. You decide to leave out Kaibara's lack of involvement since they already know that. You still can't believe you told the teachers. You can't believe he got aggressive with you because he didn't like pink on his son. Now, it's like a waiting game to see Kaibara's next move. It's the suspense and the end result. Facing him head-on is of course nerve-wracking, but the ending is scary. The fluffy pen grazes across the paper effortlessly as you reminisce. This project started just recently, and you've already learned so much about babies and life. You just wish you didn't have to learn it this way. You wish the heroes would actually care about anyone but themselves. Then again, they have let too many people slip through the cracks to erase that possibility. You fall asleep at your desk. Drool slides out your mouth and onto the surface and part of the paper. Noah is quiet, resting peacefully in Yona's gifted bed. You had a dreamless sleep once again. The birds tweet as the sun pokes through your curtains. You turn your head and sigh. The door knocks hurriedly, waking you up fully. You wipe the drool from your mouth and walk to the door with shaky legs. What? Your voice is thick with sleep and sand in your eyes. Where were you? Rico stands in front of you. You blink a couple of times to register it. You're back. Yeah, and you weren't. Where were you? You notice her uniform. What time is it? Noon. Snipe is looking for you and wanted me to get you. Your alarm didn't go off. Noah would have let you know with a wail if something woke him up. My alarm. You rush to your bedside and see the device blank. It was set, you're sure of it. Your eyes look around and see some things have moved. Did you really have a dreamless sleep? You look at Noah and wonder if quirks can affect them since they're so lifelike. Oh shit, okay, I'll get ready. Tell him I'm coming. You look around dazed then grab your bathing items. When you go to grab Noah, Rico stops you. Can I do it? You'd prefer her to handle Snipe but you're not going to argue. Sure, I'll just be a moment, I promise. You wondered why she would want to given what happened. After your extremely fast shower, you brush your teeth and switch rooms with Rico. Noah babbles and blows bubbles at you. He seems to be a friendly baby. First, he's fond of Izuku then Rico. You do the bare minimum with your appearance which bothers the shit out of you, but you are way out of time. Can't believe it. I can't believe I missed school like this. There are plenty more classes to go, Miss Drama. She looks confused at the stash of diapers. What's this? Special Hatsume diapers. He's allergic to normal ones. She raises a brow. You nod. I know, right, so far, it's been a pain in the ass to afford. She holds up different shirts to him. Which one? Blue or black? She pokes his toes, making him laugh. Black. You sure? Putting the finishing touches on yourself, you watch her and Noah. She's a natural and seems to be having fun with him. You sure you don't want to do this? I know what that thing did but, I'm sure Snipe will understand. You don't blame her for quitting at all. Whatever the grape bastard did, it was enough to traumatize Rico and deserve his fate with the school. Not to mention his hero career. No, he completely ruined it for me. I'll wait for the real thing. She lifts Noah up and shows you her work. You smile at them. Dazzling. Simply dazzling. I know. Noah reaches for her turquoise hair. You sure? You're great at this, Rico. I don't think it's too late. She shakes her head. No, I'll wait. Noah finally reaches his goal of pulling her hair. The things he was doing were too much. I'll settle for being an ant right now. I understand. And, you walk up to her. I'm sorry I didn't see the signs sooner. At the time, the assignment had just started. In a short span, the grape had hurt her. During class she was quiet when her phone went off. There were times she would beep in her lips and look straight ahead. You thought it was because she was afraid of getting in trouble. Now that this all came out, it was clear that she was trying not to cry. That alone makes you want to beat the shit out of the grape, his friends, and his teacher. He should have been gone a long time ago. Why did they wait until it was at the expense of Rico? You pack Noah's things in the diaper bag and head out the door after Rico. It's no problem, Peach. Thanks for not asking for details. You pause and look back at her. Suddenly, a pretty face comes to mind. Emma, of course, the little demon. You let out a short laugh. You love her anyway. As the two of you make your way to class, you walk slower and ask, I don't need to know the details, but if you need counseling. Counseling. Yes, counseling. Mental health is extremely important. Even if you think it's nothing or that your pain isn't serious, take the time and care for yourself. If you need a professional, it's no one's business but your own. She beeps in her lips. I'll think about it. Inside the school, you pass students to head to your floor. On the way, Riko is lighthearted, happy and has a pep to her step while holding Noah. Now that he's more developed, he has more expressions. Not a single one has been sad except for the Kaibara incident. The minute you walk in class with Noah in Riko's arms still, Snipe tries to calm your classmates down. You move your hands to get them to settle down. I know. Leave your offerings on the table. Benio smirks. I'm liable to you, puppy. You sigh. After class, Benny. When I can get handsy. Snipe growls for you to be quiet and points to your seat. The air is lighter in the class. The stress and frustration are obviously still here, but the load is lifting now that you spoke up about their partner's behavior. You didn't expect this. You can see some of your classmates without their babies. The heroes must have them to prove something. All except for Kirishima, who has been great from the start. Benio still has his baby girl. She sits on the side of him, content. She mainly looks like him already, only having Yaoyorozuru's eyes. You smile at how she's looking at him. Starry eyes and all. For a robotic baby, they sure are lifelike. If she were real, she'd definitely be a daddy's girl. Looking around and seeing how much the babies have grown makes you proud. A lot of them are doing it on their own and they've gotten pretty far. There's a knock on the door. It opens and Kirishima steps in, quietly asking for Emma. He whispers, we have training right now and it's not safe. I also have my internship later. It's okay. Talk to you later. Kirishima nods and apologizes for the interruption. He asks the baby goodbye and waves at everyone. Everyone says goodbye in unison. Why couldn't I have that? Instead, I got stuck with Kaminari. Jewel puts his hand on his hips. You can't help but laugh, yet at the same time, remember how much it hurts him that he doesn't have that. So, Yue stepped up and told the hero students about themselves. Riko asks, then shoves some food in her mouth. You swallow some of your water. Yep, apparently, there were some that were very involved, so they didn't get docked points. Everyone else got punished. Yeah, thankfully they're stepping up. Emma gives a slight bounce. Kirishima has been a great partner and was even commended for such. Benio scoffs. Whatever. He hasn't touched his food, and that plate is looking real tempting. You stretch out your fork to grab some of the beef from his lunch. He smacks your hand. You grumble. Probably cold and nasty anyway, just like you. And here you were having dirty thoughts about him. You side-eye your friend and what could have been. You shake your head. We could have had it all. Riding into the sunset on a tropical island or something. With piña coladas. Getting caught in the rain. We're not much into health food, we are into champagne. Will you stop? They don't appreciate you in any way. Shape or hum of a 70s song. One day they'll miss you. He goes silent and takes a deep breath. She only has her for like 2 seconds to show her off, then hands her back to me even if she's not doing anything. The table remains silent, intent on listening. It's just frustrating. Whenever we have to do that report. You perk up and a heavy worry starts to settle in. It can't be that report. There's no way that your progress report needs to be turned in. You thought it would be like a journal, something to turn in at the end. Our progress papers are supposed to be turned in. Son of a bit, Emma sighs. He was talking. I'll help you after. YN. Geez. Continue Benio. Whenever we do the report, she comes up, looks at my notes, corrects my grammar and turns it in. She's literally copying my homework. You wince. Hearing his story, it makes you even more nervous. You've written some of the progress down but not everything and haven't turned anything in. Not only that, but it is a partnered report. Her attitude changed a little, but I'm still mad about it. All this time and it took for her to get points deducted for her to notice how wrong she is. Even now, where is she? His frustration isn't unwarranted. Look at how they've been acting. And it is irritating that it took this to have them wake up. Riko finishes her plate. I'll help out. Sometimes, though. Benio looks up at her with a smile on his face. He nods and mutters a thanks. Noah starts to get fussy again. Baby boy, speak in a language I can understand, please. You fed him with what formula you had left, changed him, all of it. Speaking of formula, I'm out of milk and I need more. I'll talk to you guys later. And Benny, you his cheek, much to his shock. If you want, I'll beat her ass. Ha, yeah, while you're at it, get a gummy from Recovery Girl after she floors you. Up the stairs you feel a familiar presence. Izuku walks behind you with his books in his hand. He's looking down at the steps, not realizing you're there until he is 2 steps behind you. He calls your name surprised. Is that Noah? He's gotten so big. He strolls up to you and coos at Noah. May I? You hand Noah over to him and trade for his books. You don't have to. I can do it. You're carrying my grade. I'm not risking it. The 2 of you walk to the support course. You beep on your teeth and head inside, hoping Mei Hatsume doesn't get on your beeping nerves. She's not a bad person, she's just a little much. Mei, you call out. She rounds the corner with a big grin. Midoriya. Oh hell no, Mei. Me first. Don't touch him. She whines and groans. Why not? I haven't seen him in forever. No, you haven't tested on him in forever. I need help first. Touch him later. Do I get a say? Izuku's voice is quiet. No, you and Mei say in unison. She asks what you need, already working on another one of her babies. Formula, please. Oh, that reminds me. She goes to a small desk with a desktop computer. There are only papers next to it, no doohickeys or thingamabobs. It's unusual for her and her chaotic nature. I need to speed you up. For what? Mei continues to click the mouse then types on the keyboard. She answers, yeah, the care levels are looking good so we're moving it along. He's at 4 months already. Suddenly, in Izuku's arms, Noah grows again. Izuku's face is bright. This is my beautifully amazing baby. Mei practically jumps. You stare in shock at how he's grown. Did he grow in age, yet? How do I check? Izuku looks all around Noah. His large hand cradles his head gently as he searches. Izuku, I don't think you have to support his head anymore. Izuku slightly lifts Noah up as if he wanted you to give him another look. You sure? I mean, he's so small. Izuku tilts his head and his eyebrows drawn. Check his tummy. Mei calls out as she starts to speed walk away. You turn to her and yell, wait. I still need some. She tosses the items to you. Izuku catches it right before it hits your face. Hatsume hasn't charged you yet. Mei, the total. You dig in your bag and stop when Mei says, on me this time. Why? She's quiet this time, not whispering or anything, but calmer. It was brave to stand up to Kaibara and the staff. So, I'll take this one. She turns to leave. Noah babbles and claws Izuku's face. His delicate fingers pull on his freckled cheek. Izuku doesn't seem to mind at all. You give a breathy laugh and scratch your head. Check his belly. It'll say how old he is. He looks to you. Can you hold him for a second while I take my jacket off? You raise a brow but do it nonetheless. Izuku folds his jacket and places it on the desk. All right, I'm ready. You beep in your lips and try not to smile. He's so gentle with Noah. Izuku finally sees his belly. 4 months. Disappointment and confusion settle in. What did she mean by speeding it up if the screen still says 4 months? But he's grown. Izuku shrugs and buttons him up. That's no worry. The fact he's gotten a little bigger shows that it'll happen soon. Are you sure you don't want me to walk you? His voice is shy, borderline nervous. Yeah, Izuku, it's all right. Thank you for holding him. He stares at you with a shine in his eyes. A smile is on his lips, then he shakes his head and says, it's no problem. I can help anytime. There is a flush to his freckled cheek. Is this a medical condition? Thanks. You stare into his emerald eyes. Sad that you're here more than Kaibara. His name is bitter on your tongue. Izuku raises a brow. Is he still mad? You haven't talked to him since this started. Him and the rest of the course are bitter beyond belief. What did you expect? Of course he'd be mad. Aren't mad, but it's all real. You're scared, tired, and frustrated. Everything you said needed to be told. It isn't your fault that the rest of the hero partners got in trouble for their own failures. Now, Kaibara is ignoring you altogether. Do you have his number by chance? You hold on to Izuku's jacket and hold the door open for him as the two of you leave the support course's lab. No, sorry, I only have a few from Class B. Shit, you lick your lips slowly. You want to talk to him, to let him know about the report and for him to see Noah, to at least hold him. I need to go to class. You set his books and jacket down on the floor to adjust your wrap that's been hanging loosely behind you. Do you think he's old enough to be carried on my back? Izuku freezes. Is that safe? He hangs on to Noah, rubbing his back. You chuckle at how he seems like a nervous new mother. Okay, I'll just do the front then. Oh, thank God. Noah babbles some more. Noah is more vocal and that'll increase as time goes on. You have to remember to practice with him. Noah messes with Izuku's hair again. You study him as he moves his focus from Izuku's hair to his face. Noah tugs on the hero's cheek. Izuku is close to you, and you don't know what to do. You can feel his body heat and one step closer his heartbeat. He doesn't notice in the slightest or just doesn't care. You know, even if he is one of Mei's babies, he's adorable. Izuku pokes Noah's chubby cheek. The day went by fast and the next is no better. By now, you're walking into the cafeteria after catching Snipe after class. You walk into the cafeteria after your short talk with Snipe. You didn't know to turn in your progress report, so you said that you'd give it to him at the end of the day. Unfortunately, it's a partnered thing. So, given what happened with Kaibara, you thought he'd give you some leniency. Nope. Mr. Snipe is clearly pissed at how you talked to him when this whole thing came out. Finally, after a few seconds of scolding, you ducked out the door and rolled your eyes. You have had enough of heroes. And to be honest, you're mad at Snipe. When this assignment is done, you won't look at him or any of the other teachers the same. You spot your friends at their usual table and notice that Yaomomo is heading over there, and she is actually holding Kobeni. Your jaw drops. Right when you walk over, Emma calls your name. Sit with us. You find her with Kirishima and his crew, including Izuku, who is animatedly talking to Kirishima. I'm good. Please. You roll your eyes and say, fine. But I got to talk to you know who. Oh, you search around and finally find him talking with Kendo, who waved him goodbye. You head over to Kaibara and bite your lips nervously. This is the first time you've talked to him since you snitched. His eyes flicker to you and his face settles into a quick frown, then changes his expression. It's amazing how fast he can do that. Kaibara, can we talk? You want your voice to sound a lot stronger than what came out. Sure. He guides you out of the large, student-filled room. You notice the glances and maybe even venomous looks given. Whether it's to you or Kaibara, they're there. You wouldn't be surprised if it is you that they hate. However, a lot of them aren't hero students. So, why would anyone from the other courses have a grudge against you? The two of you go out of the door and turn down the short hallway. At the end is another glass door that leads to the courtyard of the school, with luscious green grass and not a speck of litter in sight. He doesn't hold the door open for you and Noah, and you don't expect him to. It's quiet for a moment until he opens his mouth. Are you having fun? What? There's a heavy ball in your gut. He cocks his head to the right. You must be. Everyone's patting your back while my reputation gets shit on. I mean, you have to be pretty proud of yourself. You shake your head. No, I'm not proud. Yet you did it anyway. Did you forget that actions have consequences? You're trying to hold your anger in since Noah is present. Getting scolded was yours. What you did was deplorable, and you know it. He starts to laugh. You look around for a mirror to see if he's watching how much of a clown he is, because this isn't funny. What's so funny? Ha, ha, nothing. I just didn't expect a waitress to know that word. Your mouth drops. First of all, customer service workers deserve respect, including me. So, let's put that down. Second, now I know why you are so triflingly ugly. This beeping attitude. Third, the reason your reputation is getting shit on is because you deserve it. He rubs his face. This is based on real life, right? Our future. My future. Duh. Then, you would ruin a future because of a disagreement. Futu disagreement. What the hell are you talking about? Explain. God, if Noah was not in your arms. Everyone's been giving me shit because of you. Including my mentor. By the way, he's reconsidering my internship, so thanks for that. Because of your dramatics. Unexplain. He stops his rant to look at you. You jeopardized our grade and are still doing it with you not participating. This is on you, not me. You act like he's real. Like he's an actual human being who has to be watched all of the time. I left him alone and he was fine. Your nose flares as your anger begins to boil over. Suddenly, you stop when his words set in. When you took care of him. He was alone. He claps his hands slowly. Amazing how you remember that now but not when you were ruining him. You left him alone. You yell. Noah hasn't made a sound. Kaibara steps closer. He isn't real. This is just a grade, and you decided it was best to ruin my future for a grade. And it isn't even a major one. He left him alone. Is that why he's stuck at 4 months old? Did Kaibara do something? He stops and gives a fake sympathetic smile. I'm sorry I hurt you and scared Noah, truly. But what you did was worse. How is that fair? And he's calling you dramatic. You take a deep breath and try to get your mind back to the original topic, so you don't really go off. Now who's being dramatic? You got in trouble. Your license hasn't been taken away, dumbass. You stop tapping your foot when Noah caresses your face. We have those reports due at the end of every month. I have the majority of mine written down, so I'd like for us to get together and do them, but in order for that to happen, we need to work together. He doesn't say anything for a second. Finally, he gives you that smile again. I want what's best for Noah. Me too. So, you with me. You're stiff when your gut instinct senses something's wrong. He's hiding something. Even though you are dealing with him, you think of the original cause. All this is because of Endeavor and his family. Now here you are dealing with this jackass and his fake smile. Because of the Todorokis you now have to look at this illegal circus in front of you. You want to finish this project and get a good grade, not have to deal with this delinquent. If it's going to clean my reputation, that's just a bonus. My kid matters, you know. How about this weekend? I can't this weekend. How about Monday after school? We can hang out and work on this. You're biting the inside of your cheek, hoping he won't realize that you worked this weekend. Yeah, you can move stuff around for him. But you don't want to deal with him right now. Sure, Monday. You promised Snipe you'd hand it in today, but he'll just have to settle for it to be on Monday. That's bothersome, but right now, you want to take 50 showers. Looking at Sen's passive face, you notice that there is a small hopeful wish inside you. A little flame that goes way back. Now, you think you might be giving it to your son with this one question that was asked once years ago. Do you want to hold him? Kaibara rolls his eyes. I'll see him Monday, won't I? You leave and head back into the cafeteria without an appetite. Inside, you sit quietly while the others talk. Emma was curious about your behavior but didn't question it. She will most likely bombard you with questions later. Right now, you sit in silence as the friends talk over each other about God knows what. The noise is almost enough to snap you out of your daze. That encounter with Kaibara just doesn't sit right with you. There's something lurking underneath that you can't put your finger on exactly. It's definitely shady, though. Suddenly, a shrill cry snaps you out of your daze. Why are you crying, Cherub? You prop him up. Support his head. Izuku brings his hand to the back of Noah's head. You almost forgot that Izuku was sitting next to you. He's fine. I'm telling you, May just messed up. He has to be more than 4 months old, he doesn't need his head propped up. Besides, he's done it before. Still, you need to wait, you let him do that. Quote, he's fine. His eye twitches before you can get your full answer out. No, I am. You're making me worry. Izuku literally grabs Noah and before he can support your baby's head, you tease, see, you aren't even holding it. Ah, Izuku scrambles to hold him. Noah laughs and kicks his feet. Hiroshima and the rest of the table follow. It's a blessing that he's a happy baby. There are dolls that have colic or are just plain ornery. Also known as Mira, Sakura and Bakugo's baby girl. Midoriya, please. He's fine. A lot of babies around that age can hold them up. You sure? He's so small. Izuku makes faces at the baby who sticks his tongue out, mimicking Izuku. Emma looks at you with a grin you can't place. You look good with Noah, doesn't he? Kirishima looks at her for a second. Yeah, Midoriya, aren't you having fun with YN? Sorry, I meant Noah. I am. Izuku focuses back on Noah. Then, Noah begins to cry in Izuku's hold. You pick up Izuku's chopsticks and gather some rice from his katsudon. He's too young. Let's just try it. You place a little rice in Noah's mouth. Since he is getting bigger, it doesn't hurt to try solids, right? Izuku's about to scold you again until Noah chirps happily. He kicks his little legs and giggles. Izuku's thick finger presses against Noah's chin to encourage Noah to open his mouth. Chew, Noah. Izuku, I swear he's fine. You give Noah a little bit of the egg in the katsudon. Flavorful dishes like this aren't generally recommended at his age, but a little won't hurt a robot baby, right? Noah opens his mouth wide for more food, much to your amazement. Izuku decides to join in on the fun and hand feed him some more white rice. I guess I should be feeding you both now, huh? Slowly, and not all the time. Izuku, I know, you groan. He chuckles nervously, slightly embarrassed. You quickly take out a notepad and write this down. For the report, you say when you notice Izuku's eyes on you. Do you want help? You're doing enough, that's fine. Izuku cautiously lifts his hand away from Noah's neck. You roll your eyes and huff. He's acting more like a first-time mom than you are. Izuku then grabs his phone and keeps it on Noah. Maybe a recording will help. This is a milestone, right? You stop writing and laugh. Going along with Izuku's weird and probably useless plan, you feed Noah and abandon your note-taking. Emma's chin is on her hands. Ah. Noah sees the plate of rice next to him and grabs a handful. It's cute how his chubby hands grab the rice, turning it into mush. He squeals in delight at the flavor. Izuku captures every second of Noah's newest milestone. Suddenly, ruining the adorable scene, a horrendous smell interrupts it. Oh my god. You and Kirishima start to gag. Izuku curses and lifts Noah away from him. Emma coughs. YN, do something. He's full. I'll be right back. You grab him from Izuku. Emma rolls her watery eyes. What tipped you off? YN, what the hell is wrong with Noah's ass? Kirishima fans in front of his nose. You huff and back away from the table, slightly offended despite the stench. Izuku shyly follows you. You sure you don't need me? I can change his diaper, hun. You're not sure about this one, though. Ooh, Emma starts clapping her hands with glee. You point to her and have pleading eyes for her to shut up. Shut it, Emma, don't start. Emma remained unfazed. She waved at the two of you. We'll see you guys later. And Midoriya, Izuku turns around. Eijiro and I have to cancel the weekend. We do. Kirishima stops in Hana's cheek. She has his eyes. Nose and upper him and below is definitely Emma. It's amazing how these babies' faces are changing. Emma elbows him. I mean, yeah. We do. Emma and I have to work on our report and then we have Hana, you know. We're absolutely swamped. Ha, ha. Kirishima's smile is as fake as Kaibara's heroics. Izuku pauses then beeps on his lips. His round eyes get bigger. Right. I'll see you later. You bid them goodbye. To your side is Izuku, who keeps up with your speed. You know you don't need to do this, right? I'm capable. I know you are. You're amazing with Noah. You bite your lips and look towards the ground. That has been something heavy on your heart from the start. Being a parent is one thing, but being a good one is another. You struggle with this and see how everyone is better than you are. It's like all of them have more and do more. To have someone you just met say that you're doing amazing despite your inadequacy has you feeling warm in a good way. Thank you, Izuku. In the General Studies Commons, you lay Noah down on the coffee table, not thinking to put a blanket or something underneath him. You had placed his diaper bag at the side of the couch where Izuku sits. Hand me no, the one right there. Izuku searches the bag. He pulls out the diaper. This. Yes, thank you. You roll your eyes and take the diaper. When you take his bottoms off, Noah gains this strange look on his face. Brushing it off, you ask Izuku, wanna learn? Sure. What side does it? Izuku gestures to the diaper. Smiling, you begin, like this. Suddenly, right as you open Noah's used diaper, the unthinkable happens. You scream bloody murder, as warmth hits your chest and shoulders. Izuku gasps then scrambles away. You jerk back away from the baby. Noah, your own doll son, is peeing on you. You, his mother. Oh my god. Izuku laughs and holds his phone out, recording your horror as you distance yourself from the stream by pressing yourself impossibly close to the couch. Are you recording me? Seeing this, you grab Noah and hold him up to Izuku. The little bastard stops peeing. Izuku has tears in his eyes. You glare at Noah. Are you kidding me? Noah laughs, matching Izuku's. I can't believe this disrespect. You stomp your foot then make a disgusted noise when it begins to cool. It's cold. Izuku reaches for Noah, who stops laughing. You go get cleaned up. Noah. No. Izuku shouts as Noah gives him the equal treatment. Noah stops and looks triumphant. Ha. You point. Noah's shirt is raised a little and on his tummy is 8 months. Who knew that all he needed to do to grow up was pee on you? Izuku's a little wet from the shower. He rubs the top of his curls, causing them to shake and small droplets to fall. After Noah's pee parade, both of you decided to take showers. Thankfully, the baby was very calm when you decided to bathe with him, not once screaming when the water touched him. Maybe Noah's growth will stop the tears a little. I have to get him bigger sizes. Look at him. Your poor chunky baby is busting out of his clothes. His diaper barely fits, and you just got this size. Shit. I have to go to Hatsume first then. I'll go to Hatsume, you go find something to put Noah in for the time being. Afterwards, we'll go to that little store around the corner. You bite your cheek for a second. If you want to come with me then know that you'll be doing some heavy lifting. He perks up. It'd be great for training. Before he goes you reach for your bag. Here, if I remember right the diapers should cost the same no matter the size. You turn to find him gone. You should be happy, grateful, maybe even flattered. Yet here you sit with this terrible feeling of embarrassment. You put Noah on your hip and smack your cheek. Now is not the time for self-pity or whatever. Now is the time to get the little man into something presentable. In your room, you search around. His stash of clothing is so small compared to him now. You sigh and go through your own clothes. He'll just have to settle for one of your tops. He squeals and reaches for you after you put it on him. You excited, mini man. You ask as you are in the elevator. Noah claps and tries to talk the entire time, having a full-blown conversation. The door opens and you see Izuku waiting for you in your dorm's commons. In his hands are several packs of Hatsume's diapers. The doors threaten to close on you since you haven't moved. Izuku comes up to you and stops the elevator doors from closing. Are you okay? He puts his hand against your forehead. Your temperature's fine. I'm fine. You blink several times. Positive. Let's roll. He looks at you skeptically. You grab a diaper from him and walk past, not wanting him to question it further. Izuku has a bit more pep in his step as the two of you walk through the campus side by side. You pass people who are heading towards the main building. Every person around stares at him in awe. The many eyes are nerve-wracking and overall annoying. Rather than bringing it to his attention, you let it slide and walk faster. The two of you walk into the same shop you went to with Kaibara. The employee immediately recognizes you. Apparently, she recognizes Izuku just as well. In an instant, she trips over to introduce herself. Thank you for everything. When she grabs his arm, you feel something tingly, something that would be bitter if you could taste it. That's enough. Izuku, come with me. You grab his hand and lead him away. It's, not subtle. Worst of all, you don't know why this is. Why did you become jealous? You're not so naive to be ignorant to what jealousy is. Not when you're so familiar with it. You pull out a list of things the little turd needs. Shirts, pants, shoes, literally everything. Izuku takes him out of your wrap. Smiling, he says, and a carrier. This can't be good for you to wear all the time. Before you can defend it, he adds, we'll get bigger sizes so he can grow into them. He bounces the baby. You are about to tell him he doesn't like to be bounced when you realize that Noah isn't crying. That he has only cried with Izuku once. Your eyes twitch and nostrils flare. You're right. You'll handle that later. Then, you see it. He isn't a full-fledged hero yet. He's still interning and is just now getting back on his feet. Yet this is an opportunity that you can't pass up. How about this? You hold up a green jacket with long stems at the hood, resembling bunny ears. It's Deku merchandise. Along with it are other ones, too. A gravity helmet, gloves that look like dynamites with grenade print at the wrists. There are Ingenium's shoes. All over are merchandise for kids in honor of heroes that fought in the wars. There are scarves that resemble Aizawa and that one tired kid's ropes and a lemillion blanket that matches his red cape with his symbol in the corner. His breath hitches. You place the jacket in the cart. It'd be cute. Are you okay? His eyes are watery as he looks at the cloth. He leans in and excitedly declares, we'll get everyone's. I'll pay for it myself. Your eyes are wide at how passionate he is about this. Okay. Now, Noah is in his Deku jacket and Ingenium shoes that are a little bigger than what he can actually wear right now. Izuku's eyes are down to the sidewalk. Noah rests in his arms, not yet in the carrier, and points to everything that catches his attention. Izuku's behavior changed once he saw the merchandise. He paid for them like he said he would. Is that the reason for the difference? After dealing with Kaibara, the correct thing to do is ask. Are you bothered about paying? Blunt and to the point. Izuku blinks then asks, no, why? You're acting weird so I just thought. You shrug and let the sentence trail off. I'm happy to do it. I'm happy for everyone and can't wait to show them. It's more of my things that I feel off about. Before you can ask why, he changes the topic. He does look cute, right? Noah smiles and pulls on Izuku's hair. Yeah, cute as can be. You adjust the bags and continue to walk. Let me. He takes the bags from you. Hold on, you got Noah. Somehow, he takes the numerous bags from you and hands you Noah with ease. It's probably the training he does or something because you are clumsy compared to him. You sigh and shake your head. You know you don't have to do this, right? I want to. I really like Noah. He's adorable. He's the cutest baby I've ever seen. Your face begins to warm not only because he thinks Noah is cute, but that Noah looks like you. A fact pops in your head cooling you down. He's not really a baby, though. Still a cutie. He takes a better look at Noah. Looks just like you. I don't see Kaibara at all. Really, I see it in the nose a little bit. Nah. See. He delicately traces his finger along the little mound. Noah sneezes anyway and smiles. That right there is you. You both have a cute nose. Your nose is something you never thought was cute. But the weird unintentional comment makes you feel flattered. Amazing. Pretty. It's such a weird feeling that you've never felt before or at least haven't in a while. You feel like shrieking for some reason. Why? You've just met this guy and only know him through a friend of a friend. Nevertheless, his adoration of Noah and your nose makes you feel good. You hold the door open for him to enter inside your dorms. You can't help but feel that you forgot something now that you're inside the campus. Do you have anything to do this weekend? You turn to Izuku who looks absolutely in pain. Yeah, but only for a bit. Oh, never mind then. He retreats and puts the bags gently on the floor. Even from his side profile you can see the disappointment hidden behind those bright eyes of his. I can make room, of course. Why'd you ask? Well, I would like to spend some time with you, if that's all right. But if you're with Kaibara, then I don't want to intrude. He rubs the back of his neck and doesn't make eye contact with you. You hear him mutter something about plans and how you don't have to feel obligated. That's all you catch with his muttering. Sorry, I know that freaks. I don't mind, I like it. I think it's endearing. He gives a little gasp with a widening smile. In that case, thanks. You're the first one. You can't help but smile. What do you have in mind, anyway? Well, there's this restaurant I've been wanting to try. You don't have to, by the way. I just know they also have some food that I think Noah'll like. Sure, you probably have so much going on. This was dumb. Wait, what? Izuku sputters, shocked that you agreed. I'll go, but it'll have to be before 10. Of course, the curfew is at 9. I mean, I have to be asleep by then. He plays with Noah's peach fuzz for hair. Is it Noah's schedule? No, my own. I trained myself that way because of my quirk. He perks up and gets close, sitting on the couch next to you. You move the many bags out of his way. What's your quirk? How does it work? Ah, you heard from Emma a while back that he was not only a hero fanatic, but a quirk nerd. He has notebooks dedicated to them. It has to do with dreams. It isn't the best. His real quirk has to be something with conjuring because this notepad came out of nowhere. Where the hell did he keep it? How deep are his pockets? He opens it and finds a page deep in the middle. Tell me more, please. I'd love. Noah is on the floor next to you, bringing out his favorite toys from his diaper bag on his own. Izuku continues his rapid fire of questions. You decide to go with the first one. I don't remember the name because I never cared to do anything with it. It has to do with dreams. He writes fast. How? This is like an interview. You pray you're not sweating too bad. I don't know if I could actually bring, like, a dream of Bikini Bottom. What? I couldn't think of anything. You're failing this interview. You could have said anything else. Maybe if you weren't such a dumbass and actually paid attention to it, you could explain it better. Sorry. Continue, please. It's been so long since someone's let me do this. You nod and say, I never tested it to see how far it can go. What I do know is that I can't change one. Noah hits your foot with his block. You put it on top of his head. I know for a fact that I won't be able to save you from a nightmare, but I can hold your hand, type of thing. You wave your hand dismissively, not really caring about quirks in the first place. Since no one is allowed to use them, then why are they important? I think it'd be harder for me to do anything to another person than for me to use my own, though. So, if I dreamed of Bikini Bottom, you scratch your cheek. Then I can show you. Maybe I could bring you there or something. So, controlling dreams. No, I can't control dreams. I don't know if I can even create them. I honestly never looked into it. Quirks have never been a big part of my life. Izuku stops and stares at you. Don't worry, though, I never let my quirk get out of control. I take medicine at night to stop it. He looks at you with a curious and what you could swear is cautious face. There's a clawing feeling that reaches from your stomach to your throat. You shake your head, not wanting him to feel that you would violate him by entering his dreams or something. It's not the best. I think it's wonderful. I bet it's beautiful. No one has ever said that. Then again, you've never really talked about it either. Have you tried training it? You give a small no. Izuku smiles a little and plays with one of his curls. Since the sports festival is coming up and I'll be busy with it, would you like to try? The bell rings, cutting him off. That's what you forgot. You've been here so long with him, you totally forgot about school. In fact, school is over. The two of you missed half of the school day. You jump up and go to grab Noah, who has decided that he must defeat another milestone. Go baby, go. You cheer Noah on as he crawls towards your sneakers. Oh, hold on. Hold. Izuku fumbles with his phone to record it. Early Saturday, you called your boss for a change of schedule so you could be with Izuku. You even promised to work all day and night on Sunday. She said no, and when you told her the reason, she looked like the Grinch. I know you wanted to go to that restaurant, but how about another? I know a place with somewhat good food and good prices. Yeah, he puts Noah in the carrier and picks it up along with the diaper bag with All Might on it. When the first one you bought broke, Izuku insisted on getting one for you. Of course, it had to be one with All Might's face on it. I gotta warn you, the food is subpar at best, and the floors are sticky, and the service is horrendous. He tries not to laugh. If you like it, then it must be something. Despite him having his hands full, he opens the door for you. The devil stands at the register. Oh hello, there, such a beautiful couple, and who is this cutie? You were literally shaking. Izuku messes with his curls and doesn't correct her. This is Noah. Say hi, bud. Noah looks up at her and reaches for the devil who just happens to be your boss. Sorry, we're still working on him talking. She looks at him and gives a kind smile. One that isn't devious or fake. It's just kind. You still don't trust it though. I bet you're doing great. Like you predicted. It turns into a smirk. Hey, what word are you trying to get him to say? Before Izuku can answer, you say, retirement home. She freezes. Her kids and you have an ongoing joke about admitting her when she gets old and even more senile. Ken has even joined in on the fun. Izuku raises a brow. I was thinking mama. Yona recovers. Oh, come on, with a man like you by her side. I bet he says Dada first. I'm still voting for retirement home. It has such a nice ring to it. When I hear it, I think of that little government-funded one. It doesn't have a shuffleboard or filet mignon, but at least there are beds. I bet he could also say funeral home. She stops then and gives a glare. Let's find you a table. Izuku leans into your ear. Do you know each other? Shit. Ah, yeah, I come here quite a bit. He nods at your explanation. The two of you are seated right in the middle, no doubt a deliberate seating since it is in perfect line with her and Ken's nosy asses. I'll leave these to you. She sets menus down. Noah is sitting in his high chair, wiping it with his hand. This is not the first time he's been here, clearly. Yona cocks her head as she studies Noah. He's got a good-shaped head. What? Izuku takes a drink of the water Yona poured in his green glass. You don't blame him for being confused. It's a random-ass thing to bring up. I'm just saying, you two did good at shaping his head. You rub your face. Thank you, ma'am. I already know why. I bet he gets it from you, hun. What's your name, again? She places her hand on the back of Izuku's chair. Izuku Midoriya. That name sounds familiar. Anyway, he must have got your head because hers is annoying looking. Bitch, your head is perfect. It is the best shaped head in the universe, and how dare she question that? Besides, shaping Noah's was a chore since he felt the need to lay on one side. Thankfully, it isn't misshapen like Hannah's. You know what he actually looks like. I know what I want, ma'am. You will haunt her dreams. Yona huffs and asks the bewildered Izuku what he'd like. He watches the two of you. All have the same as her. Ah, and the cook would. Tell him, block 5 for me please. Ken will get the hint of his prison stunt. Yona purses her lips and walks away. Izuku leans in. Are you sure you don't know them? Positive. I just come here a lot. Izuku takes in his surroundings. It is quite homey. Like a mom and pop's shop. Hopefully the awful food doesn't chase you away. Noah cries and tugs his ear. You hope he's just sleepy and it's not an ear infection that's been going around. If so, you're in trouble. For some reason, Hatsume decided that viruses and crap should be added to the project. Well, it was either her or the heroes. Here, let me. Izuku cradles him and gives him S. Noah wails and messes with his ears. He isn't sleepy. What? Ear infection is my guess. May should have something for it. You call out, Yona, we need it to go. I'm gonna take Noah back. Shouldn't we pay? Izuku gets up, bouncing Noah in an attempt to calm him. Nah, it's fine. You don't notice the suspicious look on his face. It's June now, and Noah is still 8 months old. Compared to his newborn phase, this is a little easier. Not by much since he is a curious little beastie who likes crawling and getting into things. And of course, you forgot that baby's teeth. The dreaded shrill screams that he has every once in a while, makes you want to reach for the bottle of alcohol for yourself rather than put it on his gums. To stop that, beeping Deku made sure to get Noah maize cream for it. You've grown so much, little one. Noah babbles in response. Lately, he has been vocal and clearly trying to speak. Yeah. He responds in his usual way. What's your first word gonna be? Mama. Mama. He blahs in response. Close, I guess. You pop a bo back in his mouth and set him down on the floor. He immediately crawls around and gets into your bag. Hey. You take a pencil away from him, causing him to huff in protest. His disappointment doesn't last long as he speedily crawls away towards your shoes. Lately, Noah is deciding that your shoes are priceless entertainment. The sports festival is coming up and the hero course is busier than ever and bursting with excitement. This is the first one since the wars. They cancelled last year for obvious reasons and there was a debate if they should continue them at all. The majority vote went to the tradition continuing. Izuku has been tough to get a hold of, which beeps because Noah does not like that. He needs his buddy, apparently. You decide to text him. Does this seem okay? Hi, Izuku. I would like to hang out with you again sometime soon. It's okay if you don't want to. Noah just looks up at you. Yeah, sounds very. You struggle to come up with a word. Noah seems to get it quicker than you do with his, bah. Stiff. Yep, that's the word. You type some more with Noah crawling onto your lap looking down at the screen. How about this? Do you want to hang out sometime? Quote. Noah hums then blows a bubble. You're right, that's fine. You hit send with your face warm. You whisper, I just asked out a boy. Oh my god. Izuku has been around you a lot but you've never asked him out. No, you still didn't. This isn't a romantic thing. It's about Noah and his attachment to him. It's not like it's a date. When he took you out to eat at the restaurant it wasn't a date either since Noah got an ear infection, so it was cut short. You smack your forehead repeatedly. Stupid teenage hormones. That has to be it. Your phone vibrates in your hand. Noah touches the phone, his drool getting on the screen. You wipe it off and read what Izuku sent you. I'd love to. How about Friday? Stupid teenage hormones. The phone vibrates again. Will you cheer me on during the festival? You answer, Noah and I both will. You didn't originally want to go but now you're a little excited to watch. Stupid teenage hormones. Izuku invites you to watch him train instead of going out to what was not a romantic outing. You go, not really knowing what to expect. Him doing push-ups or something. That's wiped out when you open the heavy metal door and enter the large room. You didn't realize when he said train, he meant train. The students of Class A soar through the air. Flames and rocks fly around as debris crushes buildings. Suddenly, you spot familiar green hair in the air with his leg ready. He isn't wearing his suit yet still displays great power. You don't know the name of who is coming at him but one kick from Izuku sends the guy down after hearing a crunch from his body. Of course, your doll son is entertained and kicks his own legs. He reaches his hands out and squeals when Izuku comes down to land on the cliff, making it crack underneath him. You don't know how he's able to do it, thick thighs or not. He turns his head when he hears a baby's laugh. Ah, Noah. He jumps down and runs to you. Noah's back is against your chest and your arm underneath his legs. Izuku sees this. Here, like this. He readjusts to set him on your hip. You glare at him. He was fine. After sighing at his picking, you say, you were pretty amazing. From what you saw, at least. It's unfortunate you hang out with trash, though. He says with a pointed stare. Noah reaches for him with a big smile on his face. Izuku grabs and holds him. Izuku gives Noah a big, I missed you. Didn't think you'd remember me, honestly. You talked to him all the time. Not as much as I should, though. Sorry about that, Noah. Noah presses his face against Izuku's chest. It's a sweet scene. There's no way Kaibara would do this. He barely participated with the report, and he didn't even look at Noah. Izuku gasps, knocking you out of your thoughts. He cheers and even congratulates your doll son for growing in length. And if you were crazy, you'd swear his eyes got a little rounder and his face shape, although still adorned with chubby cheeks, doesn't match you or Kaibara's. They're Izuku's. Noah has your eye color and nose, what may be your lips and Izuku's chin. Does he see it or are you crazy? Before he can say anything, the electric guy comes up. I didn't know you were doing it. He's so cute. The blonde pokes Noah's cheek. Looking at him you are reminded of Jewel. He's doing all right now but he still struggles. When this first started, you remember he had thrown up because of the stress. His partner, the electric guy, wasn't and isn't helping. Your tongue is loose on its own accord. You know who else is cute. He raises a brow and tries, Keyword tries to act suave. Certainly you. My name is Denki Kaminari. Your child. You'd know that if any of you actually did something. Do you even know the name? How about your partners? The class became quiet. Kaminari's eyes waver a bit. A person stops their quirk in the middle of using it. You can't stand them. Them breathing the same air as you makes you sick. Wanting to be a hero yet can't take responsibility after pushing your greatest no. Hey. Izuku tries to usher you out. You continue your rant about Kaminari's lack of effort in the project. Your partner's name is Stop It. Hey. Izuku carries Noah in one hand and you in the other. He doesn't say anything. Aizawa follows and calls Snipe, who is groaning. Izuku manages to take you out of the training room and into a hall around the corner. His silence and tension bother you. Are you going to apologize? Hell no. Snipe comes at you at a fast pace. Izuku has yet to let you go. YNLN in here. Now. You snatch Noah and go inside the empty room right behind you. Snipe points his finger at you. This is it. I have had it with your disrespectful, insubordinate attitude. Look, I understand you're angry. Everyone has been there. You can't take your wrath out on everyone else. Then who? Who can I take it out on? This is all unfair. So tell me, when and how can I be angry while they can sleep at night with no remorse? With no burden. They have them. They're just more mature than you. They're old. You have put this on young people. You, have been disrespectful. Everyone your ass while the people whose hearts you swore to protect get crushed constantly. Tell me, your voice shakes. How does this project help us? Not them, but us. Because they're out there living their best life while we are the ones to suffer for what seems like nothing. Snipe says nothing. All I did was bring it up. Why is that so wrong? He takes off his mask for the first time. It's teaching both of you. They've grown up in a way you didn't, and will not, have to. You have faced the effects of war which you shouldn't have in ways they never faced. Now it is time to raise you both in a way that prevents that. An opportunity to bond and grow together. You rub your eyes. Answer me. How can I take out my anger then while they get off of everything? We apparently have a test today. Which you are missing. So bent on them. Damn, man. When are you going to start being a hero? I am. Being our hero. I'm tired, Snipe. I'm sick of getting in trouble for nothing and I didn't even get to study for this dumb test. Did any of us? Bet they did. You point to the door. You immediately left and pushed Aizawa away from you since he was in the way. You're sitting on the bench outside of the school with your head in your hands. The breeze slightly cools your face. Desperately, you want to excel. In this project, life, and this school. You want to be a good student in person. You're so tired. Physically, mentally, emotionally. Everything is so heavy. Noah's sleeping better, just not enough. He's easier to handle to an extent. Not to the point where you can go to class and do your work. Yeah, you skipped. What's the point of going, though? Snipe yells at you when he's too loud and everyone glares at you when it starts a chain reaction. You can't focus. You can't sleep. You try to work hard in school and work harder at the restaurant. How can you get rest when you don't have time to? The scholarship covers the tuition, the dorm, and recovery girls and lunch rush services. And with lunch rush you have a limited amount, just like a public school. If you go over, you have to pay. And what about everything else you need? Add all of that with Noah's expenses, you're drained. Plus, if anything happens to him, no doubt would that come out of your pocket. Caring for Noah is exhausting. He's a good kid, totally. You also have experience with children. You've babysat before. However, taking care of a child on your own is very different, especially when the father disregards you and hurts you. The hero students don't have to worry about this. Seeing them living and laughing just makes you so angry. Your body feels so heavy. The salty water slides down your face and onto the sidewalk. Your nose runs embarrassingly as you sway from the weight. Noah coughs and sniffles. It snaps you up and grab him. Hey, little man. You try to rub your face. He doesn't understand. He's a doll which causes an ache in your chest. This has gone on too long. He feels so real. And you are crying too much, Feeling way too much. Seeing the future heroes happy and content just hurt you so much. Snipe, your teacher, is hurting you too. It's stupid, right? You know what to expect from heroes by now. Feeling the chill again, you decide to get up to bring him inside. Can he catch a cold? Suddenly, a hand touches your back. You jump and face them. Izuku stands there without an expression. You're so tired, you don't have the energy to say something snappy if need be. Instead of going for it, he hugs you, being careful with Noah. The doll baby snuggles up to him. Izuku places his hand on the back of your head holding you close. You don't know him well enough to be like this. You let it happen anyway. He's warm and smells good despite his training about an hour ago. It's going to be okay, YN. Your lips wobble. You're sick of that. I know we don't know each other very well, but I thought you'd need it. He speaks again. Snipe said you made a point and are letting all of you redo the test. I guess not everyone got to study. Is that supposed to make you feel better? It took for you to run out here and cry for him to notice he is doing all of you wrong. It's humiliating and dramatic, isn't it? There are literally people dying and here you are crying and making your teacher feel bad. So, I'll help you, okay? Tonight, we can have dinner in the commons and do it together. He rubs your back. This is so embarrassing. You want to scream at him, kick him, anything. You want to burn this school down with the heroes in it. Maybe even the dolls, too. Izuku declares, I'm right here. Like it's the most natural thing to him. Right then, Noah's tummy dings to show he is 1 year old. You hate how his first year is seeing you cry. Alright, number 6, 7, and oh now this isn't cute at all. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So lame. The table laughs and urges you to. It's a good one. It's stupid. Here, you begin to lay out the dishes in front of them. The back of Noah's head lays on your chest. You're careful not to hurt him. You're doing great, love. It's okay. You thank them and when you have successfully managed to lay them out without bothering the baby, they clap gently. Thank you, thank you. You wave the circular tray and head back to the counter. Honey love, I was thinking, Ken appears through the window. The spatula that was in his hand is placed beside him. How about you stay behind the counter? Let Yona take on the waiting. Ken, he puts the towel down that was on his broad shoulder. His messy black hair is put in a half bun today. He still needs a haircut though. I'm serious. It'd be better to do that than jeopardize him and more importantly, yourself. You could get hurt. You don't see how, but the father in Ken apparently can. My tips, Ken, he sighs. I'll work on that, okay. Stay behind the counter. You look cute like that. PFF'd. You laugh and unsurprisingly, so does Noah. He's been doing that a lot lately. Ken smiles at you and Noah. Yo, Yona, switch with her. Ken yells. Boo, shut up. Aoi. Aoi Sato huffs at Ken and crosses his arms in protest. Yona comes close to the two of you. Fine, she can take it. Her and Noah'll be good for business anyway. A pretty girl and a cute baby at the counter may draw people in. You snort and the bell above the door rings. Welk, oh my god. He comes in and stands there wide-eyed. In his hand is an All Might wallet and his body has various mechanical devices. On both of his wrists, around his hips to look like a belt. His shoes are clunky and the red fabric peeks through in some spots. Other than that, it looks like a steel-toed heavyweight shoe. Your mouth drops and your heart stops. Beeping Deku. And Noah, the little brat, giggles and reaches for him while saying his first word, Papa. Dash. The two of you sit down with Noah in a wooden highchair. The tension is palpable as the two of you stare at each other. Even though this doesn't involve him, you feel guilty. Like you lied to him personally even though he doesn't really know you. Yes, he has helped with Noah and has even gained claim to Noah's milestone of his first word. However, you don't know each other. You gonna snitch. Your eyes focus on him. He shifts in his seat and tilts his head to get a good look at you. This is against the rules. Can I know why you're doing this? I'm broke. His green eyes soften. I get that. I have a friend whose finances aren't the best so I can understand to that degree. Good. But this is against the rules. Do you think you're going to get away with it? You take a deep breath. I will if you keep your mouth shut. This isn't for fun. This is important to me. I'm just saying. Lying is wrong. It's better in the long run to be honest. Maybe you will understand. It's better to let them know now than it is to let it spring up on them. This is from the man who can do anything. Didn't you lie to literally everyone? If he wants to go the holier-than-thou route, you can take it there by dragging him by his ear. He beeps his teeth and looks down at the table. I'm speaking from experience. Lying damages everything in the long run. That's why I'm encouraging honesty. There's a sudden wash of guilt when you look at his eyes that quickly try to cover up what seems like hurt. However, your pride has always been an issue. No, you say quickly. He licks his lips and gives a cheerless smile. You don't like it. You are not liking how you're snapping at someone who has only been kind to you. Well, I won't tell. Good. He taps on the table. Food any good here? You shake your head no. Awful. Terrible. He looks at you warmly. I'm sure I'll love it. Maybe we can finish that meal we never got to. Beeping Deku felt bad about it and came back to pay. The damn goody. Noah wipes the table. Izuku points to him. Ah. No wonder where he got it from. You scoff and try to fight the smile on your face as the two of you watch Noah. Yeah, he helps me wait on tables and stuff. Well, at least he's not in the kitchen. You beep in your lips. Right. YN. Izuku leans in. Right. He's fine. You point to a distracted Noah. Izuku's face is fit for a comic book. He grips the edge of the table. Why would you do that? You smack the table. Stop screaming at me. Noah starts to cry and calls for Papa again. The two of you freeze. Is that what he said? He said Mama first. Noah said Dada when Izuku walked in, but Izuku must not have heard him. You have been working with this little punk all this time just for him to say Papa. You're shooting daggers at your robo-son. The audacity, the gall, the disrespect. Disgusting. Yona pokes her head out. Lie. Yes, our favorite broccoli boy, your daddy. Izuku stands and picks Noah up. Yay, big boy, say it again. Noah gives him a, not a bite like he does you. He repeats his first word. Repulsive. Izuku rubs his face against Noah's. Yona, the new retirement home victim, records it then gets close to your face. Ah, one day the baby boy will say mommy. He just happens to not like you. I have an entire drawer filled with brochures. For you. You have been collecting nursing home brochures to scare her with and even give them to her kids. I am nowhere near retirement age. Her wings slightly flutter then pin themselves on her back. Then why are you scared? She goes to hit you with the towel. Girls, now is not the time to do that. It's time for a refill. Seriously, get off your asses. Yona shushes one of the customers, Aoi, who waves a cup around. You go back to studying Izuku and Noah. Both look your way, Noah with a cheesy grin and Izuku with a curious look that settles into one of knowing. You wouldn't happen to be jealous, would you? No. He does a sharp intake of air and slowly makes his way to you. Ah, because he really does like me, no. He slowly makes his way to you. Noah, say, Mama. Noah doesn't speak. Nope, doesn't bother me. You tap your foot, trying to ignore the inching Izuku who looks disgustingly mischievous. Noah rests on his hip naturally. Izuku leans down with a smirk. You know, I could help you. I'll teach you on how to speak in Noah language. Your bottom lip sticks out, your leg bouncing. I speak Noah language just fine, thank you. Say Mama. Noah shakes his head no. You smack the table again. I don't deserve this disrespect. Izuku laughs and places his hand on the back of your neck gently and says, it'll happen eventually, my dearest. Or maybe he really doesn't like you. What he called you goes over your head. A week later, it's time for the sports festival. It's been so awkward and warm between you and Izuku since he found out. For some reason, there is a lightness to it all. It's that dark cloud hanging over your head that won't leave that's making you fail to trust the situation. This cloud has formed over the course of your life. You can't just get rid of it because of one nice person. Anyway, you promised you'd be there cheering. You sit next to your friends on the stands. Everyone is up and bouncing despite the hard days of studying. Lately, tests and homework have been a challenge since Noah turned 1. He's been even more curious and adventurous. Whenever you try to calm him so you can work, he gets even louder and becomes disruptive. You don't know how many times you've apologized. Right now, you're focused on the sports festival. It's the first since Shigaraki. It is one of the things he didn't ruin. It's all going good, going smooth. Your mood is upbeat until you spot Kaibara with a smile. He waves at the spectators, spots you, then looks away. Concerning Kaibara, you've given up on him. You were lenient to a fault because of him being your partner, but he has shown you that he doesn't deserve anything. The only thing you include him in is the progress report. You can pat yourself on the back and say that you tried. That you were the one that didn't fail, it was him. Halfway into the sports festival, Noah squeals in excitement as Izuku is on the screen. He's allowed to wear only parts of his suit for this. Was there concern about it? During Izuku's first year, support items were allowed and his suit is a support item too. Then again, it gives him back the power of a god. People may view it as cheating. That alone is reasonable, but it is also a spit in the face for the students. It is as if the people are calling them weak. It has the same quirks he has in the first run, so what's the difference? Perhaps it is fear more than anything. Izuku hasn't explained it, but doesn't he still have some of the quirk left? Maybe that's a reason too. He has shown superior speed and strength than his peers who don't have a quirk to aid them in those areas. Would it be fair if he had that and still used a suit? It goes above your head. After every trial, Izuku finds you and Noah in the stands. He waves at you with a flush to his cheeks every time he does so. At first, your stupid brain made you think it's because of you and not because of the physical exertion. Thankfully, common sense won out. He's doing really well with the scraps of his suit. Carefully planning while he goes around or through his friend's quirks. Izuku's speed and strength is still incredible. Not as fast as Iida, but definitely second place. Overall, the hero course is truly something. These two classes alone show promise, and there are so many schools that probably hold just as much talent. If another Tamura were to happen, the world will have a better time with it than the first go around. Noah wiggles on your lap when Izuku stands in the arena. Noah leans forward and tries to reach Izuku. You notice that the green-haired boy hasn't looked up at the two of you this time. And back from the dead, Izuku Midoriya. Who will win? Who? WH. Present. Mike bounces in his seat. Shut up. Aizawa cuts him off and tells Snipe to start the match since Mike is getting on his nerves again. The crowd cheers and shouts their names. The babies all have those clunky headphones on to cancel out the noise. Noah has decided that he hates his and keeps trying to take them off. And just when your eyes are off of him so you can stop Noah, Izuku wins this round. You look back up and see Class B's Kendo, flat on the ground. Damn it. Up next is Todoroki and Tetsu. Naturally, you know who to cheer for. You stand up but Riko pulls you down quickly. Let's do it, Tetsu. You got this. You are so obvious, I swear. Riko rolls her eyes then stands. With loud claps to go with it, she shouts, win, Tetsu. I'm obvious but you join in. Noah frowns and points at her. I know, Auntie Riko is a mess. She gestures to herself. It's better when I do it. It's an interesting fight. Apparently, they went against each other in their first year. He had trained his body to withstand extreme temperatures and was able to deliver amazing blows. It ended in a draw, but without Tetsu, Class B would have lost. Whoop his ass, Tetsu. You and another person shout. You look over and see a girl passionately screaming against Todoroki. In her hands is an infant with her features but familiar dual-colored eyes. Tetsu punches Todoroki in the face, sending him back. Todoroki catches himself from falling over. Deadbeat mother beeper. Tetsutsu lands another punch. Todoroki shoots out his flames directly at the steel boy. Despite the terrible heat, real steel takes it all on. Endeavor lover. Jewel screams with his baby on his hip, mimicking his hand waves. You're jumping up and down, completely entertained by the fight. With every hit Tetsu gets in, the general studies shout, yes. Tetsu dodges one of Todoroki's hits and lands a kick of his own. What was that Mirko said? Those with long-range quirks are usually weak in combat. She definitely hit it on the head. Todoroki is great, but Tetsu is fierce. Each hit is clearly doing some damage. Every punch seems to knock the wind out of Todoroki. If this were anyone else, they'd be flat on their asses. You got this, real steel. He's relentless. Even though he's stark red from the terrible heat, he doesn't stop. You know nothing about the hero's training or fighting, but it looks like his movements are getting more fluid, looser in a good way. In a strange turn of events, right after Todoroki shoots out a powerful blast, he freezes the stadium, barely missing the onlookers. It immediately stops the cheering for Tetsutsu. You scream as you fall back to your seat. The ice is dangerously close to the audience. Noah shivers and sniffles from the frost. Immediately, you rub him to get some heat. Tetsutsu is out. Todoroki wins. Boo. Next is, you can't believe your eyes, Kaibara vs Yaoyorozu. Both stand proudly on the opposite sides. They are ignoring the crowd and focusing on the task. Y'all both beep ass. Boo. Deadbeat mother beepers. Again, you don't know who that came from. What you do know is that everyone in general studies are against those who have shown their true colors. It's a death match. Yes. You scream. Snipe shakes his head and points to you. The camera goes to you. You tense up at the camera and lower yourself. Anyway, as you can see, these two are not popular. The majority of the heroes don't have many fans. Eraser. Popularity isn't necessary. Heroics should have nothing to do with a popularity contest. Aizawa says sternly. You roll your eyes. With hollowing your hands, you shout, boo. You two in the booth beep. Riko touches your shoulder. Shish, let the violence relax you. Begin. You see Benio intently watching. He shields Kobeni from the fight. Right then, Kaibara runs to Yaoyorozu, who immediately blocks his attack. It's the same mistake she made in the first year. She got nervous during the one-on-one and got pushed out. Now, she seems to be doing the same thing. Clearly, she's more of a support hero than a fighter. Kaibara drills right through her shield. Surprisingly, she had a gift for him in the shape of a gun with non-lethal bullets. Your eyes are glued to the fight. There's no way he'll be able to dodge them, right? Suddenly, as she fires them with excellent precision, he manages to drill his body to protect himself, spinning round and round until the bullets fly away. Whatever the hero course is teaching these students, it is absolutely working because both of them slide and run from the other, one trying to close the distance, the other tries to create it. Yaoyorozu comes through with a baton that sparks electricity. She charges at him and duels. With every drilling twirl of his, goes through her electric baton, only to be met with another. Finally, Kaibara stops holding back, apparently. He's a monster. She's creating shields and tries to come up with weapons, but in terms of martial arts, he is a savage that Yaoyorozu can't keep up with. It takes one hit to the face, and she's thrown back and outside the lines. That was exciting. She wasn't scared or nervous like she was in her first year. Now, she faced her opponent head-on. Yaoyorozu seems to need more training in fighting, though. Other than that, Benio's baby mama was amazing. You peer at Benio, who fights a smile, then takes a deep breath. He s Kobeni's head and leans back. Is he trying not to be happy? There are more fights that earn several boos. One had a purple-haired boy, Shinso, that was surprisingly really good. It was quick for him. He went against the antagonistic blonde boy, Monoma, and won. You'd think that since Monoma knows about Shinso's quirk, he'd shut up, but no. It's too much for him. You shake your head and watch as other matches go down. Finally, there is one that catches your attention by far. We have Izuku Midoriya, with only parts of his suit, and Sen Kaibara. Noah calls out, Papa. Izuku looks up and sees Noah shaking his hand at him. You can do it, you shout. Kaibara turns around and sees the two of you. The camera zooms up on Izuku, who is still excitedly waving, making Noah do the same. Lost in the moment of you cheering, you blow it to him. It goes right over your head. Doing it came naturally. You don't look at Kaibara until you for sure feel his eyes on you. You make eye contact and instantly regret it. The more he stares, the more anxious you feel. His expression goes from indifference, annoyance, confusion, and finally to anger. All of these in the span of a few seconds. You stop cheering and tense up. Noah continues to call Izuku Papa, not realizing that the man in front of Izuku is his real father. He is totally unaffected by the look in Kaibara's eyes. Kaibara moves his jaw and flares his nostrils. He turns around and faces Izuku, who does not look happy. Izuku has totally changed his demeanor. You know his face and lower his standing form. Are you okay? Riko asks. You turn to her. Yeah, I'm just a little tired. What do you say to her? What was that anyway, and why did you feel it? He wasn't near you. You sure? You shake your head at Riko. I must be feeling off. It's the truth. You weren't scared or anything, just unnerved. No way would you ever tell anyone this, though. Riko hums. Right as she does, Snipe yells, begin. In an instant, Izuku is on Kaibara without giving the latter a second to drill or block. Kaibara's face is taking hit after hit. Next, Izuku lowers Kaibara so he can kick him in the chest. Kaibara takes this and flips Izuku over. Sweep the leg, you yell. Following you, Izuku sweeps his leg to hit Kaibara's knee, leaving a crunch noise behind. You cover Noah's eyes so he doesn't see that. Kaibara miraculously fights without thinking about it. How long has that taken him? How much training did he have to do in order to swirl his leg back to its original place with his quirk to keep it still? Kaibara isn't done and Izuku's just getting started. The fight is fast and messy, yet each hit is deliberate and trained. Both are bleeding, from Izuku's nose to Kaibara's mouth and cheek. He has a gash that Recovery Girl will need to handle. Kaibara is displaying master artistry in martial arts. Even without using his quirk, he'd be deadly to villains. Izuku hasn't used his suit once, though. Finally, somehow, Izuku gives a powerful kick upward, sending his opponent up. With complete savagery, you see Izuku fling Kaibara around in the air to drop him. They both land with a shake of the ground. Kaibara barely manages to stand while Izuku does it perfectly with power. With mighty punches and kicks, Kaibara isn't able to even defend. Izuku hasn't even used his suit yet. Izuku right hooks Kaibara and is met with cheers with every swing. The crowd shouts his name and his alias, Deku. The energy from the fight is so intense, you can almost see it flow into the air for the audience to absorb it. Get it, Deku. Emma pumps her fist in the air. Deadbeat motherbeeper. You stand and shout, grab the bag, rob his wallet, hit the bank, and beat his ass. Yes. Riko pats your thigh. Where did you get that? Izuku grabs Kaibara's hand. Kaibara uses his quirk in retaliation, making Izuku's skin raw by the rapid spinning. Yet, there's a smile on Izuku's face. With one squeeze, Izuku completely crushes Kaibara's hand. Immediately, blood gushes out. You are on the edge of your seat when Izuku is flung back in a circle. Kaibara is something else. He hasn't slowed down and manages to keep his weight off his broken knee. He isn't using it, you whisper as the fight goes on. Izuku has a suit that could be used against Kaibara's quirk. Looking at the fight and knowing what Izuku is used to doing, it's like he's playing with his food. It's a fist fight for him. The parts of the suit are still incredibly strong and fit to use against those with an offensive quirk. Riko leans in, this isn't a competition for him. It's an all-out brawl. Finally, Izuku moves his arms. Immediately, everyone recognizes gear shift. Kaibara, for the first time, takes a step back. That is all Izuku needs to land 3 hits. One punch to the nose, one to the gut, and a kick to send him back. The epic sounds are thunderous seconds after Kaibara is sent flying through the stadium's wall. The impact affects the entire arena. The vibration is right under your feet and the blast of wind pushes you back into your seat. All of this happened and Kaibara didn't land near you. Your jaw drops. You've never seen Izuku in action. And this is what Shigaraki was dealing with. And Izuku only used the suit for one thing. He has a bruise on his jaw and his hand is bleeding. He's lowered in a hunched position, ready to strike if Kaibara comes back. The arena is silent. Everyone knows that Izuku's suit is fit for him only. What he has on are his usual arm compressions and shin guards. Each of these give him the ability to use some of his suit's quirks. And yet, he didn't need it. In fact, he could have done without the gear shift. Rico was right. This was a straight-up brawl. If you aren't mistaken, it looked personal. The winner is Izuku Midoriya. He straightens up and looks at you, already knowing where you are. You smile warmly, standing again to cheer for the man who can do anything. Noah, of course, has to be the loudest and call for his papa. You stand back up and blow him a. Izuku's eyes shine. The sports festival is an intense event. People you didn't expect to get far got the farthest. For instance, Jiro absolutely dominated her opponents until she came across Kaminari, whose electricity had knocked her down. At least she tore him up before she got out. Uraraka's awakening helped tremendously. Honestly, she's scary as hell. It was amazing to see her and Bakugo go against each other again. It was incredibly close. Bakugo had barely made it. Present Mike, of course, the president of her fan club, wasn't thrilled and made it known. He even wanted a rematch. Then it came down to Todoroki, Bakugo, and Izuku. This is the fights that people have been waiting to see. Both Bakugo and Todoroki have shown how brutal they are compared to their first year. And no one thought that Izuku would be able to make it this far with or without his suit, yet here he is proving them wrong left and right. His technique, intelligence and natural physical prowess are immaculate. And with his suit, he still bears a striking resemblance to the boy with everything. Unfortunately, Noah decided to be and knock his headphones off right when Bakugo's quirk exploded at Todoroki. The sound irritated him so badly, you had to leave and go into the hallway. In true Noah fashion, he stopped and fell asleep with his usual ding, then would wake up with a bird's hum, then go right back down. Right when the sports festival was over. You had missed it. You enter Recovery Girl's office to find Izuku on the bed. He perks up when he sees you and Noah, who is no longer sleeping. "How are you doing?" "Pretty good. I thought I wasn't going to get far without the suit." He smiles widely and sits up, still tucked under the covers. You wonder if he's actually okay. Izuku, for the short time you've known him, hides himself away. You feel so guilty. "I wanted to see." "I understand. It's probably better that way. Kachan's quirk is loud, so I don't know if Noah could handle that." You sigh and sit on the foot of his bed. He couldn't. Right when Kachan used his quirk, Noah freaked. "Kachan." He raises his eyebrows in shock. "That's his name, right?" Noah rocks himself back and forth in excitement. "It's my name for him." "Are you jealous?" You ask in the same tone he did back at the restaurant. He scoffs. "No, I'm worried for you, that's all." He might get mad. "I do as I please." He chuckles and leans back. He's definitely going to be mad. You shrug. "Whatever." You play with Noah's face. "Did you win?" After a moment, Izuku beeps on his teeth and looks at you through his lashes. "We can watch it together sometime instead of me telling you. If you want to. I guess. Yeah, keep the suspense up so I'll be on my toes around you." "No, I don't know Izuku, you're a brutal fighter." You smirk and sit on the foot of the bed. "I didn't think they'd let you use the suit, to be honest." You set Noah down, who then crawls to his favorite. HMPH. You scratch your cheek. Your eyes dart away from his, not really wanting to say what's to come. "It's surely vain." Quietly, you ask, "Did you know you'd face him?" "No, you haven't looked at him yet." Thanks for punching him in the face then. I know it's a competition, so it can't be that." "For what?" He asks Noah on the head. You take a deep breath. "I know it wasn't for me. It's just nice to see him get hit." Izuku gives a closed-mouth smile. Even without teeth, it's genuine. It was both. "Yeah, it's a competition, but he deserved it." He sits up. "I saw how scared you got." YN. You're facing the window, only seeing him from the corner of your eye. "I won't let you be scared. I was happy to beat him for you." You turn your face fully to him. "I wasn't scared." "I know," he says, after a few seconds of staring at you. Even though he agrees, you aren't dumb enough to believe he meant it. You weren't scared. Unnerved, yes, but not scared. Sen Kaibara won't hurt you again. Not when his reputation is still slightly on the rocks. It was the hostility when he looked at you that was unnerving. You mess with the soft, white cotton blanket. It is warm and comforting. Something to hold you down in this conversation with a boy who was making your heart flutter despite him being annoying. To change the topic, you decide to tease him. Noah was mimicking you. I don't know if I like that. You may not be a good influence, Deku. You barely know him, but he is someone you've come to start welcoming inside your built walls. Even though you hate heroes, this one may be the only one in your grace. I think Noah likes me just fine. He's turning out okay, too. He shrugs. You squint your eyes and hum. It's me you have to worry about, Deku. He's a little flushed. Well, I'll just have to win you over, won't I? There's no way that meant anything, so stop. You sigh and watch Noah stand up and mess with Izuku's face. You know, you could teach him some of your moves. For self-defense and all. That's too dangerous. He holds Noah close to him. Izuku bounces the boy a little and asks, "You don't want to do that, Noah?" You lean in, ready to antagonize Izuku, who is desperately telling Noah to never do it. Yes you do, buddy. You want to be just like daddy, huh? Noah squeals and says yes. Izuku gasps, "Where's my phone? We gotta get this." You take out yours and hit record. Noah, say hi daddy. Hi, daddy. For the first time, he's able to pronounce daddy, rather than papa. Noah, say mama. Silence. Call me mommy. He remains silent and just stares at the camera, then to you. Oh my god. Izuku bursts out laughing. Noah goes along with him, the little asshole. You sigh and are about to put the camera away until he looks directly at you and says, "Love ya." Your breath stops. These robots are said not to have souls, and yet he said that with a brightness in his eyes. He said it smoothly like music. You hope Izuku doesn't notice how you are frozen and warm. You pray that this feeling of fondness and care for Noah goes away. That somehow, you'll be sensible enough to not love him. You won't, no matter how much Noah says he loves you. And how much it sounds like he means it. Good job, Noah. Say it for me, please. Say I love you, Izuku urges. Noah doesn't do it. It's your turn to laugh at Izuku's expense. He tries and tries to get Noah to say it, to the point of tears. You scratch your head at your notes. Recently, Snipe decided that his students weren't able to do major tests like before. No one could get a hold of studying at the same time, even Emma. So, he decided to give more time to prepare in a study guide everyone went through in class. However, Noah, in all his wisdom, decided that having a fit that involved throwing himself around was necessary. Snipe was annoyed, so rather than listen to him bitch and complain, you excused yourself to the bathroom to calm him. When you went back, class was over. Your heart dropped. None of your friends had the energy or hands to do 2 papers. Snipe stopped you from leaving and gave you a set of them. They were all over the place and sloppy. They were the teacher's notes. He didn't say anything other than how cute Noah is in the videos. Without another word, you knew what that meant. So, you left the classroom and went about your day with a smile. Now, here you sit with Noah in front of you playing with Rico's gifted toys and snacking on banana puffs. He feels the need to show you everything he has in his hand, and if you don't look, he growls. He's cute but distracting. Suddenly, a familiar voice calls out, "YN Noah." I'm here. Izuku jogs to you with a heavy-looking backpack and another bag. At first glance you see more snacks and books. I thought he'd like these. It's the same I grew up with. He puts the cereal on the table. I remember those. Not too many, Izuku. That's a lot of sugar. He nods. Not all of these are for him. He pops several in his mouth. After swallowing, he asks, "What are you doing?" Remember that test? He gave us a study guide and I'm trying to look at. Izuku perks up. I'll help. Noah and I both. Ain't that right, bub? We're gonna help mama. Noah responds with the awful word, Papa. Can you watch Noah while I study instead? I won't be long, I promise. That's a good idea. It's been a long time since Noah and I bonded. He ruffles Noah's hair. You blink once then twice. You just saw him 2 hours ago. Yeah. I saw him. We didn't hang out. YN. You rub your eyes. Alright, then, I'll be in my room. Call if you need me, okay. He shoos you away and eats the cereal with Noah, who is equally obsessed with it. You look around for your boy who was just playing with the colorful blocks that he's obsessed with. Worry starts to creep inside you. You left Izuku and Noah in front of the coffee table in the commons. Now an hour later, the boys are gone. The only thing there on the table is Noah's colorful plate of what looks like sweet potatoes and Izuku's cereal right next to it. Have you seen Noah? Jewel shakes his head no. Have you seen Noah? Sakura says no and adds like the little bitch she is, lost him already. On her hip is Mira, an exact replica of Kachan but with her mother's hair color. It isn't as spiked as his either. She is a cute little thing but is so bratty. Even now her arms are crossed and glaring. It is a little scary how much she acts like him for an 8-month-old. Have Mira for the first time ever. Actually being useful. Big happenings for both of us. Sakura gasps and in Mira fashion, the baby laughs at her mother. Have you seen Noah? Is repeatedly asked in your dorm and every time it is answered with the same word, no. It's practically an echo by now. Noah, Noah, you run through the halls. You call Izuku with no answer. Finally, you run across a large room which was decided by your class to be the movie room. You hear noises in it. Slowly opening it, you gently call out Noah's name. A weight is lifted off of your chest when you see Izuku laying down on the orange sofa with Noah on his chest. A gory zombie movie plays on the screen which goes ignored with snores. You walk up to the boys and see that they're totally fine. It seems that both of them played hard. You poke Izuku several times. He wakes up with a jump, nearly knocking off Noah. Hey, you quickly grab the baby before he falls. Oh no, 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 is he okay? You hold Noah protectively while Izuku jumps up and puts his hands out. He's fine. I'm sorry. I have trouble waking up like that. Ah, that's right, the wars. You stop tensing up and slowly release. You totally forgot about them and the effects it might have had on him. Izuku, you pat Noah's back. I really appreciate you and all but, please don't take off with him like that. It scared the hell out of me. He looks confused for a second then gasps. Shit, excuse me, I'm sorry for that. I didn't think about it. You smile as the future hero looks panicky. The movie continues to play and gets progressively scarier. I want to go outside. You coming with? Izuku looks around then at the ground. You sure? Positive. Anything to get away from this movie. He looks taken back then defends it. It's a classic. It's nasty. You leave the room and head to yours to get Noah's bag. Izuku follows you closely. Zombie movies are imperative to cinema. They're great monster movies. You struggle to get your key from your pocket. As he defends the movie, he takes it from you and opens the door for you. Whatever. It's an excuse to watch gory beep. What? You can't help but laugh at his face. He's growing increasingly offended. I said what I said. How can anyone watch a movie where people are being eaten if someone isn't into that kind of stuff? Well, you like slasher films. Barely. Another thing, people are interesting. Why do they kill? Why is the dumb blonde in the woods? Why are they going up the stairs? Not dead humans who eat brains. He takes Noah's bag and when you leave your room, he locks it for you. That is an old stereotype. Zombies eat people, not just brains. And slasher films are not psychological thrillers. They're just as gory as zombie movies. Agree to disagree. Even though I'm right. He scoffs and opens the door to the dorms. The sun is bright, and the breeze is perfect. He lets you walk out first. Whatever. It is not gory beep. I knew you were freaky. What is that saying? Save a horse, ride a zombie. What? Now who's the freak? His voice starts to raise to protect his nasty movies. You don't bother to hide your smile. You watch Bloody Beep. I don't think you have the right to insult me. I do not watch Bloody Beep. A teacher stops and stares. The great hero Deku's breathing stops. His eyes are blank and unfocused. You don't even try to hold in your laugh. With a proper voice, the hero in purple tights says, "Do what you want on your own time, Deku. But please don't say it out loud." The hero walks away. Izuku has yet to get life back in his eyes. Meanwhile, you have the ugliest laugh at his devastation. The three of you sit on the grass. In Noah's bag were some toys and his banana puffs. You laid everything out for him to get his hands on. He sits in front of you two, and after he picks each of them up, he shows you what it is. Izuku acts incredibly interested. You lie on your back against Izuku's jacket and rest in the sun. He insisted on you and Noah sitting on it. Deku. The loud and raspy voice annoys the hell out of you. The source stomps along the pavement, heading towards you and Noah, the unsuspecting victims of his voice. Izuku smiles widely and holds Noah up. Kachan. He said his first word. The spiky-haired blonde holds his twin on his hip. Sakura must have tossed Mira to him again. Mira sports the same expression as her dad when she sees Noah, who is totally oblivious. Mine's already done that. For some reason, perhaps out of sheer possession of evil, he makes this gremlin face. Mira smiles at her dad, clearly amused by it. Noah said, "Papa, isn't he cute? Ain't this drill boy's kid?" And that's his first word. Kachan stares down at you. His red eyes aren't judgmental, but genuinely curious. Mira's identical red eyes, however, are totally rude. He calls me Papa, Izuku says proudly. Then, with the same smugness as before, he adds, "What was Mira's first word?" Kachan glares at Izuku. Through his gritted teeth he says, "Bitch." At first you think he's insulting Izuku until it sinks in. Mira's first word is actually bitch. You cover your mouth in an attempt to stop the laughter. Finally, you fall back. Oh my god. Izuku, as you suspected, knew what her first word was. You were upset that Noah has yet to say mama, though after hearing this, you're happy with what you got. Better that than being called a bitch. Beeping Deku. Izuku sets Noah down. I'll be right back. Some of Class A stand at the side next to the tall and healthy trees. A few of them have their dolls, including Kaminari and Todoroki. You rubbed your eyes when you saw them. Your hands turn to fists on the grass as you look at those two in particular. Apparently, Todoroki has been pathetic in this project. And it's his fault. Before you can get up to give him a piece of your mind, Noah stands up, gives you a sloppy, and says, "Papa." Noah, for the first time, starts to walk. Izuku. He turns around and quickly gets his camera. "That's my boy. Look at him go here, record this." He hands it to Todoroki and gets on the ground with his arms open. Noah makes a wobbly run for it. You cross your arms. You're happy Noah's doing this, but this is some bullshit. Emma comes up to you without Hannah. She points her thumb behind her. Nezu and company want to see you." "All right, after." "No, they mean now. Either I went to get you or a teacher." You freeze, then look at Izuku, who doesn't see this. "Did he snitch on you?" You get up and call out, "I have to go somewhere." You don't look at him again when Emma walks with you to the principal's office. Your heart is practically coming out of your chest. Wait, who's to say it's because of your secret? It could be one of your many outbursts that's finally gotten you in trouble. It could be something different. Your heart starts to calm down. Thankfully, your knees stop shaking so much. This anxiety could be leading you to something completely false. Izuku knows and said he wouldn't tell. Kaibara has known for a while and hasn't said anything either, and there were tons of times he could have. So, you're in the clear. Snipe is probably just mad again. You open the door and a teacher, what's her face, thanks Emma and excuses her. All of the general studies teachers are here. Nezu sits at his desk. The movement at your side makes you look over, and lo and behold, Kaibara. Nezu, in a light-hearted voice, says, "We have been told that you are working, LN. Son of a bitch." You stare at Nezu, not breathing. "Don't deny it, we've seen proof. We just want to go over the rules with you." What EV'd? The door opens and Izuku comes in. "Principal Nezu. We'll keep this short with you, Midoriya. Did you know that LN is working at a restaurant? Since when is he involved? And where's Noah?" Izuku opens his mouth. "Before you lie, know that this is just confirmation that she was seen there." Izuku says nothing. His teacher sighs and Nezu excuses him. Izuku doesn't leave and instead stands between you and Kaibara. "Midor. With all due respect, but this requires more than the insight of the teachers and a bitter partner. Bitter. Kaibara scoffs. She stole. It's not stealing if you participated in the project. Eraserhead flicks his eyes over to Kaibara. Dracula speaks. Kaibara, there's nothing wrong with her asking you to participate financially. What's wrong is that you kept this from us. How is it his business? Or any of yours? Your heart rate is racing right now. At the beginning, you were afraid Kaibara would say something. After your talk in the yard, you don't remember if he mentioned it. Part of you, a naive and senseless part, thought he forgot, that maybe he let it slip from his mind. Of course, he was just waiting to strike. Why, after all of these months he chooses now. Noah is a year old, talking and walking, and you're doing all of the work. You haven't asked him for a thing since then. The only request you have for him is to participate in the report, and like Benio and Yaoyorozu, he's copying your homework. Plus, it's only once a month. So, what happened? Why? Izuku stays by your side even when he is repeatedly dismissed. This job you have, no matter how mundane, has to end. Your throat is tight. This isn't fair. It doesn't seem like it, but your scholarship requires your full attention, and your grades are already slippy. Because of this stupid project. You heroes are the laziest sack of shits I've ever met. Snipe stands up and hisses out your name. No. My stipend is less than others because I'm a scholarship kid. And he, you point to Kaibara, hasn't done anything. I have to force him to meet up once a month to do the progress report. That's it. He hasn't even held Noah. That's not TR. You cut Kaibara off. Did you know Noah said his first word? He walks. That he likes banana puffs and mashed potatoes. How about rice and Izuku's katsudon? How about the fact he thinks Izuku Midoriya is his daddy? Because you aren't there. Everyone remains silent. Yes, I work. I have bills to pay and Noah to provide for. That stipend is just a few bucks that barely covers anything. And Kaibara literally gave me $20 that one time. I paid for the rest and went without. We know. You interrupt Nezu. You don't know. Yes, I work. My job prevents me going from without, and now that Noah is added on, I need it more than ever. The project is hurting us except for the future pros, who not only get paid by you but also by people's taxes. And I'm in trouble for what? Actually doing something. Managing a job, school, Noah, and that thing right there. Kaibara scoffs when you point at him. Where's Tamura when you need him? Oh my god. Izuku touches your arm. You move it away. Nah. This is why the people don't and never will trust your asses. I trust Sir Dusty over you people any day of the week. Nezu stands on the table with his hands behind his back. Kaibara clears his throat. With that being said and the slander against me and her clear support of the League, I think it should be noted that she hangs out with villains regularly. You turn your head to him so fast. Kenji Hara is a villain who was a known serial killer a few years back. I'm worried for Noah and even her safety. That's why I brought this whole thing up. Thank you for bringing it to our attention even though you should have said she was violating the rules of the scholarship sooner. If you truly were concerned for her safety, we should have been notified immediately. Dracula gestures to you. Your eyes are bulging. He did not just bring Ken into this. Lord forbid the man had a hobby. Murder is not okay. I never said it was. And he paid his debt. Kaibara opens his stupid mouth. He ripped people's bones. He now gets them ethically. Eraserhead inhales deeply. Fraternizing with villains isn't a proper thing to do, LN. Especially one of such violence. But killing them is. Need I remind you of the countless human beings you have killed? Izuku tenses next to you. Snipe rubs his face under his mask. You take the stage since no one says anything. I said what I said. This whole thing isn't fair, and for you to judge me for rubbing elbows with someone who made his own choices in life is bullshit. How much sense does that make? He's killed people and so have you. What's the difference? Eraserhead sighs for the millionth time. He's wearing a facade of indifference, but you can tell you're chiseling it away. There is a difference. Heroes don't agree with. Damn, at least Ken takes care of his kids. Can you say the same for yourselves? Not even just the kids. What about us? Nezu answers you in his usual annoyingly chipper voice. I know this is hard. The baby project has its reasons. Although you should be kicked out for violating the rules of your scholarship that was specifically clear and endangering yourself and others by associating with bad influences, you swear your heart stopped. I won't punish you for it. You made your point, and we'll give you another chance. Don't slip up like this again. You're very bright, LN. It'd be a waste to lose you. Nezu always has such a jolly face. You want to stab everyone's eyes out. Thank you for proving me and the league right. You and the fakes you teach have yet to beat the allegations. All of them flinch as your words begin to settle. Those words are held with such conviction and anger that could only be called righteous with the promise of wrath. You walk out with your head held high. Izuku stayed behind for some reason and Kaibara has left to the other side of the hallway, not looking back at you. Your breathing is shallow, and your head is spinning. Even still, you march on. You have to find Noah and go to your room. You've had enough for today. Izuku comes up and touches your arm. Where's Noah? I'll get him, I'll be right back. Once he leaves, you say to yourself, I need to call Yona. You go to the random chair in the hall. It sits next to the large window and gives a terrible view of the building. No one knows why the window is there or the chair. It's usually used for when people need to tie their shoes or for phone calls. Hey, Yona, they found out. She's dead quiet. What does that mean? I quit, ma'am. You've been around Yona and Ken since the wars. You were one of the ones that weren't able to get into a shelter. Ken found you and Yona who stayed close to her restaurant. Heroes have done nothing but disappoint you time and time again. This is a short notice, Bug. You want to be lighthearted and laugh, find joy in her teasing. Ma'am, it's been wonderful and an honor to work for you and Ken. Your voice starts to shake, warning her that you're about to cry. You hear her ladybug wings flap in the background. They do that when she's nervous. Izuku comes up and squats to your level. I have to go. Not go. We'll see each other soon, little bug. Her wings are flapping more. You hang up and put your phone in your pocket. You blink a couple of times and look up into his green eyes. He's holding Noah. He stretches out his hand that you don't take. You get up and walk back into your room. Thanks for helping me back there. It won't happen again. You take Noah from him and go to set him in his crib that he's about to outgrow. You have to look into getting another one. Maybe just get a big kid's bed and hope for the best. Perhaps he can just sleep with you now. These are decisions for later. Izuku stops you from closing the door. Wait, I need to do anything that doesn't involve what happened today, thanks. He pushes it open anyway. It's not good to hold things like this in, YN. Let me help. And I'm sure you've dealt with everything right. In response, he wraps his arms around you. I hate this, Izuku. Stop hugging me, I don't need it. You understand he wants to comfort you. Why? What does he get out of it? It's probably to play the hero. The hero that put you through that mess, and he's best friends with the hero that's putting you through your current predicament. You can't really blame him for something All Might brought or that Todoroki started. But God, you're so mad. Get away from me. You push him away. His body is like a brick wall, and he doesn't stumble. He doesn't look hurt at all. Why is this? Why do you want him to feel pain? He corrected his mistake back then and took Tamura's fine ass out. Izuku's quirkless now, but God, isn't this a martyr complex he has? Hero complex, or just straight up annoying? That's what this is, isn't it? He views you as a project and something to save. You hate them, all of them. Leave me and Noah alone. You finally yank him away. He stumbles to the doorway. It's only right. The heroes have left you alone with this project. Your doll, son, is going to drive you mad. And you can't afford to fail, or you'll lose your scholarship and everything you have ever worked for. And for some reason, this all hurts your heart. Pushing him away hurts too. God, do you hate him? All of them. You slam your dorm door in his face. You try to keep it quiet. You try to stiffen up your bottom lip and smile instead before you turn around to face Noah. It will be too familiar if you don't. You're trying. So, why are you failing? There must be something you're doing wrong. Your hands are against the door and the tears fall. These damn tears are happening a lot lately and you hate it. You hate them as much as you do everyone else. Stop it, stop it. You're just so angry, disappointed and disgusted. Sen, why? If this is about the stupid sports festival, you had nothing to do with it. Did you cheer him on? Hell no. But you were impressed despite everything. If Izuku's fight triggered this, then oh my god. You had nothing to do with that. Noah gurgles and you turn around with puffy eyes and a forced smile. You rub your face and smack your cheeks. Hey, Noah. He sits up in his crib. His eyes that look full of life and wonder peer up at you, studying. Noah stands up and reaches for you. Nah, I don't think that's a good idea. You're getting too used to being held. For literally 1 second he accepts this, then takes it all back with a scream. Despite the noise, you're firm. You need to learn to be by yourself, you know. His round eyes look up at you. You wonder what he'd say other than Papa. Then again, when they start to talk, they become even more annoying. You just stand in front of him, watching his reaction. He's technically fine and definitely not real. There is a knock on the door again that goes unanswered. Then again and again, someone's probably complaining about the noise again or how Noah's started a chain reaction and now they're pissed. It's always the same, it's always angry here. And you are fully aware you're the main contributor. Another knock and another. Noah cries for Papa even though Kaibara got off the hook again. You lost, again. War of words has always been considered your forte, so suffering a loss for the nth time because of heroes breaks your heart. You can't win here. Noah is still crying for some reason. How can you comfort him before comforting yourself? Y.N. Izuku's arms sweep Noah up. The doll rubs his face along his shoulder. I'm here, I'm here. How many times have heroes said that and lied? Every time. They've never shown a lick of care. Here one is pretending to care about anyone but himself. A boy with everything at his fingertips and has used it to make you miserable. Him and that peppermint thing in his class. If you were to ever see that asshole, you're punching him in the face. Are you okay? Izuku sees you side-eye Noah with a blank expression. Izuku places Noah back in his crib. Your eyes go to Izuku. Get out. I know you're upset. I am on your side. Please, don't take it out on Noah. He's not real, Midoriya. With a smirk on your face and malicious intent, you face him. So don't worry your green Boy Scout head. You can't disappoint him. Unfortunately, you also can't gain praise. He's just another thing you heroes use to punish us with. Izuku glares and walks towards you. Because of your kind, you take a deep breath. I'm stuck here, and I have to deal with this shit. No job, a child, and a venomous boy who bit me for no reason. You poke his chest. What are the worst parts? I get pitied by the boy that did all of this and the thing he's friends with is still here, sleeping happily. Living and relaxing while the rest of us go through the ringer. Izuku grabs your offending hand that repeatedly pushes on him. And that thing in the crib isn't even real, yet I suffer for it. You heroes should have crumbled years ago. You hear Noah sniffle. Rather than fight back like you craved for, as you expected, he pulls you in and wraps his arms around you. You think you don't want it, that you don't want my help. But dearest, take it anyway. You will take it. Why does he keep hugging you? Everything is happening at once. There's no way you can support Noah with what you get. The only thing left is to give him to Kaibara since he can support him. That means you will be basing your grade, your scholarship, into the hands of someone who hates you. Someone who is spiteful, and the one who is holding you is someone who doesn't even know you, who pities you, the scholarship kid. Let me go. You growl. He shakes his head no. You growl, struggling to get out of his hold. I don't need your pity. I'm not giving it. That's for people who could have done better and chose not to. You don't deserve it. His voice is low in your ear. It feels like vibrations. You're too young to be a mother. This is just an assignment, and yet you have a mother's tears, and I hate it. So, I've decided not to pity you. I will help you because I care and understand. I know someone who had the same tears, and I hated it then, too. Do you understand? I will help you whether you like it or not because I care. Your breath is shaky. He cradles your body with one arm and his other hand goes to your head, bringing it to him and placing it on it that neither of you will talk about. You pause, no longer crying. You want to help, Deku. He tenses for a second. Yes. He separates himself from you to look at your small smile. Can you watch Noah for a second? I just need some air. I'll be back soon, promise. You charge through the library on a mission. For years, the people have had to play by the hero's rules and millions of people get left behind. Look at League, who just needed help, and when they opened their mouth, it was smacked. Then heroes stomped on them to their death. You put several old and weathered books in Noah's stroller that you're using as a cart. Bad influence. Ken's a bad influence. What the hell, are you a saint? Books fall into the stroller. The librarian comes around and tells you to calm down. You cry out, you are the bad influence. How many people have to suffer for you to realize that? You come across a tall shelf and raise your hand to the person on the ladder. That one. All of them. Give me the UA rule books. UA prides itself on innovation and progression. The technology used is state-of-the-art and fits any and all heroes and support. However, they are still traditional and play by the old rules as much as society does. To protect a deviant and another who puts his hands on his partner, hell no. A villain is a villain, right? What the beep does that make you? You continue gathering as many books as you can. You struggle to push the stroller to an empty table. Why do you call us? Benio comes in with Kobeni, of course. Because no way is Yaoyorozu helping him. As you slam books on the table, you ask, do you trust me? What? The rest of your class come in. All of them in various conditions. All of Jewel's eyes have bags under them, and Sakura's usually perfect hair is must. I'm not going down like this. I lost to these assholes twice, maybe even more, because I wasn't prepared. This is their turf. You can't go to someone's home field without being prepared. You set books down on the table. So, do you trust me? Benio is the first to realize what you're doing, what you're going to do. I trust you. I'm not a beeping punk. And none of you are either. I need you to trust me in the move I'll make for us. I just need your help. With what? Emma comes forward without Hannah. I am going to go head to head with them and show them that they are wrong for this. The project, their expectations, the inequality, all of it. But I need proof to do it because our conditions aren't enough. What do you need? Benio lifts one brow. I need eyes. I need study partners who will read with me. I need support. Jewel, you point to the four-eyed boy. I need your camera to document this in the confrontation. The people are going to see every bit of this. Won't we get in trouble? For what? Posting on social media. As long as you don't tag the school, we'll be fine. It'll spread on its own. Jewel, I need you to be in charge of recording, and Sakura, she looks at you with a hint of sadness in her eyes. Bakugo does everything with Mira. But this has to be getting in your way and bothering you. You gave up arguing because you knew we couldn't oppose it at the time. Sakura, you have to be angry too, right? She nods. Then I need you to help Jewel with posting it. You and Jewel will handle the media. Hansuke, when it's time, you'll invite the school to the assembly so everyone can see it. Hansuke, normally a social butterfly, is naturally charismatic. It's so crazy that he could charm anyone. He's the perfect guy to convince people. Without another second of delay, Hansuke smiles and nods. He waves his manicured hand. Anything for you, pretty. What about me? Riko's voice is quiet. She rubs her arm and stares down at her feet. Do you trust me too, Riko? As far as you know, she is going to counseling with the dog hero and has made some progress. However, there are times when she retreats. Now looks like one of those moments. Sometime later you need to see if she's doing okay. You want to give her space, but not so much she gets lost. You don't know what he did to her, all you can see are the results of it. She bites her lip. I have nothing to do with this project. No, but because of this and their negligence, Mineta harassed you. They only got rid of him when it came to your expense. There has to be rules against what they did, and if there isn't, let the people decide. Her eyes peer up at you. They're glossy and scared. I trust you. Understand, this will take months for justice. We're taking this to the top, not the principal, not the teachers. No, we're taking it up with their boss. Jewel asks, Hawks, the commissioner, Hawks, yep. Going to Nezu does beeping nothing. But Hawks, we need ammo, we need all types of shit. Most of all, I need you to trust me to go in front of this man, the most powerful man in this country with everything I got. It will take months. This isn't something to just throw at the big guy. No. You lean in with the most serious expression. Even if the project ends before I can begin, I am going to burn this school to the ground. Let's do this. Benio smiles and sets Kobeni down on the chair and picks up one of the Hero Law books. To be continued. I hope you enjoyed this story. Also remember to subscribe and like this video. See you in the next video.